Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the third and final episode of the Crimson Carnage, where tonight we're going to see who survives. We are going to do it. I think it might be him. That's my money. My money's on him, and also everyone else. So we're going to do a quick introduction, do a quick recap, and then we're going to get the last night started. That being said, let's start off with the person who thinks they're going to win. Ian, tell us who you are and who you're playing and what your pronouns are.
My name is Ian, and I am playing the winner. His name subsequently is Reginald Silverspire, and our collective pronouns are he/him.
Nice. All right. Next up, and really want to take a quick second to say thank you to Reap Psyche who subbed for their 14 months. Thank you so much. And now we are going to move on to Michael Powell. Please tell us who you're playing, who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, as always, I am the dastardly, dashing Michael Powell, and this time I'm playing Sister Bestian. I guess we'll figure out how many characters I'll go through this game. Oh, and our pronouns are he, him, they, them. Sister Bestian is she, her.
Awesome possum. Very cool. Next up, Sam, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Sam, and I am playing Corin. No, the winner. Because as everyone always says, nice guys finish last, and bad bees stay alive.
Who says that? Who says that?
I say that. And our pronouns are she, her.
I think the great Little Kim once said, that being said, because I don't remember anything the Queen Bee preached. It was all good music, but I couldn't remember. I was like 10. Makai, please, if you will, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, as you just heard, I am the wonderful, the lovely, the amazing Makai, and tonight I will be playing as Fletch Bloombauer, your maybe not your favorite gnome. You're maybe not your favorite gnome, but your favorite one that's about to have a panic attack. So let's see what's gonna happen tonight.
Oh man, I would say that you are the emotional support gnome, but that is also woodworked to the mush.
And I have papers to prove it.
Fair enough.
Official legal documentation.
And of course, my pronouns are they, he, our sweet little man who's probably going to die of a heart attack before anything else kills him. Fetch, he is he, him, and we are both doomed.
Well, we will see who gets to live and who unfortunately may have to die tonight. But this is the final episode. Here's a recap of what happened in last episode. If you didn't see Ian's awesome recap, you can go to our YouTube page, YouTube.com/Nat20Prods, and see it there. And that's right, we have an official custom URL, Nat20Prods. Look it up, easy to remember. Really excited about it. So here's the recap. After surviving Betsa tearing through the city streets, trying to eat people and put them into their stomach and hold on to them forever and ever, they were able to get to the aqueducts, which seemed to be some sort of holy ground, as a bunch of demon-possessed couldn't enter the aqueduct, much to their confusion. But their joy was quickly shattered as they realized, under penalty of impending doom, they'd have to continue turning the crank in the aqueduct to clean the water. They fought long and hard, and eventually they had to play a game of Jenga Dread to see if they could keep it up under intense circumstances. After a malefactor trying to send an imp after them, a wave of harm damage, as well as the great tide of rats constantly biting at their heels, they were able to survive without making a plea to Al-Muhammiya, and had some survivors come with them, only then to have the entire aqueduct swallowed whole. No, I'm sorry. You defeated Deka. If you didn't defeat Deka, she would have swallowed the entire place whole. But you defeated her and sent her back to hell, the hells. And now we are at the third and final episode. Feeling nudged by some force greater than their own psyches, they happen to stumble into a stone and metal room. Once they've entered the room, the doors lock behind them.
Oh.
chaos and fear overwhelms them as the confusion is only met by a single light source, a very crude torch kind of hanging from a brazier above them, giving dim orange glow to the entire room. The door opened with a horrible grinding and stepping out, entering the room. You see a 6'5" metal-clad man monster, feet stomping slowly as the malefactor from before enters the room.
No, thank you.
Sister Bestian steps up and kind of takes out her holy symbol and just basically kind of thrusts it towards the mouth and goes, "Back, demon, back!"
That's a fabulous sister.
At this point, the brazier hanging from the ceiling begins to shake and move like the wind is swinging it, but there is no air in this tiny, concealed, and suffocating room of stone and steel. As it swings, you see the fire itself kind of flicker and change color to this bluish sabeline blaze, and your holy symbol in your hand begins to burn your very skin as it sets on fire and slowly, meticulously is broken into ash.
Oh, that's great.
Sister Bestian kind of holds her hand kind of in like pain.
So as you do this, the malefactor, standing in the dead center of the room, this awful light just swinging above them, you see their helmeted face starts to recoil back and starts to shake as their body pulls them up to their tippy toes, all of their muscles seizing, spasming, gripping, and contracting like it's trying to crush him from the outside or from the inside out. And as he starts to lift and you see his neck crack back, you hear a voice come out of the malefactor's helmet.
My. Don't we have a dragon share tonight?
No.
My indeed. Such beautiful little ones. Well, I bring good news, as a good king does.
I doubt that.
Your newly crowned noble has struck a bargain with my peer. Amuhamia is one for contracts. I relish more in ambition of all things. So tonight, we will see who's ambitious and who is forgotten.
Ma'am, I'm sorry about your shoes.
What ambition do you need? What do you need to see from us to get out of here?
Very good question. The right question. I hope you enjoy playing a game or three. In this room, I'm sorry. Correct. You will move on. In this room stand 21 people. The door to the next room needs 10 keys. These 10 keys will be found inside 10 of you. You will need to find these 10 keys to continue if you want to live. You cannot leave the way you came. If you try to do something cowardly or noble, don't. There will be punishments for such choices. Now then, I hope I have made myself very clear. Would you kindly get those keys for me?
Sister Bestian, she's kind of, just under her breath, kind of just muttering like a prayer to Eileen, quietly, more to herself, really, which is, oh, Eileen, I wear your strong coat of righteousness as over my heart, and a bright belt of truth which sets me apart. For the sword of your spirit shall be my guide. I stand with my feet ready for any trials you set before me.
I think Reginald is taking a step away from Corin, realizing that that's the only person that he knows of in this room with a knife. And what are the other people in this room doing right now?
Hissing himself.
Yeah.
We're in
You are
prayer.
you are seeing a very visceral reaction of fear. You also can note, just from being a man who tells stories, kind of feeding off the energy of the room, they are a few seconds away from mass hysteria, which does no one any good. As this whole description of the first game is explained, the door closes shut as if by instinct, and you hear a metal latch turning as you see a giant padlock with 10 different keyholes. The malefactor is still in the room with you. As his head kind of cracks back into alignment, he pulls out a horribly twisted looking dagger and places it on the floor, and then steps back to the door like a bodyguard. The game is upon you. You will have 1 total hour to find all 10 keys. These 10 keys, as Magadon himself said to the body of the malefactor, are in 10 people's bodies. In order to survive, you must figure out who has a key inside them, where it is, and get out to the next stage alive. Your time will start now.
And I start making medicine checks on people to at least discern who has keys where.
Okay. The DC will be 15 as you continue to look through people's bodies. Give me the roll and then describe me how you're looking for these keys.
Can I aid him?
Sure, if you'd like to, yeah.
Neato. Right, neat. That's a base 15.
Your base 15. Okay,
16
perfect.
in total.
I got a 12.
Okay. So I know time's of the essence, but let me give you some description to kind of help your choices for the next hour. There is a total of 21 people. There's the 4 of you. There's the 7 Shuni priest dogs still alive. You can see 4 people you recognize from the crank in the aqueduct, and you see 5 people from the crank that you recognize, and you see 5 people from the city streets who are not possessed but have gone mad violent in tonight's events and are still covered in blood and damage. The place is hysterical, so you'll be at penalties to try and do medicine checks since they're hysterical. And let's call them with numbers. So Shuni priest 1 through 7, crank person 1 through 5, and psycho bloody person 1 through 5, just so you kind of know who you're looking for.
I'd like to make a perception check. Ooh, that's not great. Nope, that comes out to a 5. I want to know, does it look like any of the people with the crank look like they have any of the bites from Deska's fingers?
Looking over their bodies, everyone's a little beaten up, bloody, oily, sweaty. At this point in this dim light, it's really hard to tell if that is a rat bite or a scrape against the concrete floor or the stone streets. I do want to go back to Makai really fast. You were trying to do first aid. Who do you want to do that on? The shitty
alright.
priest between 1 to 7, cranks 1 to 5, or bloody people 1 to 5?
Let's go with the ranks for now, just because like I feel like I at least know them. We served on the crank together.
Okay.
Crank line. You get it.
All right. Which one are you looking for? Which one?
I guess I'll go ahead and check. I'll check the first one and just move down the line.
Crank 1. Okay. So medicine check, because they are hysterical, will be at a -2. You already gave me that 15 roll. And that's with your wisdom modifier?
With wisdom, it would be a 14 in total.
Okay, so that would be oof. Michael, what was your aid aid roll?
It was 12.
Okay, so that will be a total of 13. As you check
Okay.
over their body, it is impossible to get a clear medical breakdown as they are thrashing violently, saying, "Let me go. I have to find who has the key." And they're screaming and they're crying and they're plunging, they're reaching for the dagger in the center of the room.
And I try to roll a diplomacy.
Yes, you can. The DC is a 15.
Dope. It's not much better.
I have
And
an
I'm assuming
idea
-2 as well.
after Makai's done.
Uh-huh.
I just realized I have ability.
It's going to be 17 in total.
17 total. What do you say to get the room to kind of leave the hysterics a little bit, to calm down a bit?
I imagine it starts off like small, of like, y'all, can you please shut up for 5 seconds so we can try and figure this out without killing each other? There's going to be all of that as is. So if we could please just calm down and work together for 2 seconds, please.
There is an awkward energy, but they still listen. There's a few nervous chuckles, but they're all taking deep breaths, trying to slow down their heart rate. We haven't yet heard from Sam. Sam, what is your character doing at this point?
And people
So-
open.
I think that Corin notices like that tentative look on like Reginald's face, and she'll say, "Now what do you think? I'm just going to go cutting people up? It's inefficient. You know how long it would take to find one key in a body you don't know what it is, even if you're just tearing it apart. We have to think about this smartly."
Oh no. It's not that. It's not that I think you're just going to cut people randomly. It's the fact that there are how many other people in this room who don't know that you have a second knife?
Oh, I mean, I can let them know. Is that preferable to you?
Oh no, I wouldn't. But I
Okay.
do know, so I'm going to stand over here. Thanks.
That's fine. If you remember, like I said, we need to work together to get out of here.
While this interaction is going on, Sister Bestian is going to kind of close her eyes, takes a deep breath, and has her hand out reach, just in case these keys are maybe magical in nature. I have an ability called from my bibliophile, which lets me use a detect magic as an innate spell at will.
Yeah, as you reach out with detect magic, unfortunately, you don't find anything magical.
From anybody. Okay.
Nope. This is as the devil said, there are keys in these people's bodies. You start to believe that this is not a metaphor. There's actually brass keys inside their bodies.
Yeah, with everyone a bit more calm, I'm just gonna try and get some more Okay, question. Would I be able to use a survival check to sort of start, as I'm like medicine checking people, have them split off? Because like, since we know that person doesn't have a key, that's another person that can help us look for keys. At least help us track down the keys, how we get them out of the people.
I'll tell you what, since it looks like you're trying to recruit them for like an operation, give me a diplomacy check instead to kind of, get the ball rolling so they know they have a task.
All right. Better than I thought this was going to be. 30, 20, 19 plus 1, baby. Let's go.
Nice.
Oh.
So
Oh.
I need you to tell me who's the first person you're putting on this task, because again, beside from you, there is 17 other people in this room who individually may or may not have a key somewhere in their body. So you're going to have to decide who you're going to look at and who you're going to work on and send off to go look for others.
I think given the huge mark that Brother Bestian left on me, I'm going to start with the other Shoni, seeing that they are a part of his order.
Okay. Which Shuni do you want to look into?
You know what? How many Shoni are there?
I believe there is 7 Shunis.
Shoni? All right, then I'm going to start with number 7. I'll start with number 1 the first time. Just get a little spicy.
Okay. Give me a quick medicine check to look over the body and see if you can figure anything out.
All right, that's going to be a 14.
14. You start looking over the body. You're kind of pressing the muscle tissues, working like on the glands on the neck, and asking questions, trying to track eye movement and get temperature. And the Shuni seems fine for all intents and purposes. A little scared, very paranoid. They want to run off and help the other Shunis. For what you could tell so far, there's no key in them.
Okay. Well, you seem to be clear, so if you could start checking your brothers, your sisters, and your non-binary family members, and just if you see anyone with the key, go ahead and send them over to me. And if you don't see anyone with the key, then have them keep looking for people with keys and try not to scare no one.
Okay. So this was Shuni 1?
Shuni number 7.
Shuni 7, thank you. Shuni 7 nods and goes off. They immediately start checking the other Shuni. It's clear that while they are very intelligent and talented, they are not capable of finding this key, and they're mostly just kind of playing emotional support. So yeah, let's go to someone else. Michael, what do you want to do?
Sister Bestian is going to go over to the bloodied people and just kind of give them kind of that, how doctors gives you kind of that check over once over, see if there's any cuts or any incisions or any bumps that be key-like in shape or something.
Give me which one of the bloody people you want to look into.
Let's go with bloody 1.
Okay,
bloody person 1.
Bloody person 1. Give me a medicine check.
All right. Ooh, that's not good. That was a 6.
It's hard to tell. You're doing the 1 over, but this person their eyes are dilated, their heart rate is accelerated, they're breathing heavily, and it's impossible to get a clear reading, mostly because the immense adrenal response they are pounding through their skull. They're just a psychotic person covered in blood, and you can't even tell whose.
Sure.
Ian, what are you doing?
I'm trying to find a clever way to get this key. I was like, brass is a non-ferrous metal, so I was like, magnets, what can we do here? But like, that's not going to help. So you said the keys are brass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think Reginald, he's actually, I think he's actually going to walk up to Corin and say quite simply, if we stand here and watch them rip themselves apart, we only have to get the key from the person who just spent a long time fighting all the others, right?
Well, that's a thought indeed. I like the way you're thinking. The question is everyone who has a key going to go to that extent?
I can only assume that those who have been driven mad with violence tonight, nobody else wants them in the second room, right?
I don't know how to go about this, but Sister Bestian, was it?
I was gonna say, can I roll to hear this conversation?
Oh, I'm walking up to you.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Um,
yes.
Sister Bestian, do you have any ideas on how to proceed? I deeply respect you, your brothers and sisters and other fellows of the order.
Yes, honestly, the best we could do right now is to check if either they have any protrusions, key shaped along their bodies or not, or if they're feeling unwell. But honestly, from my experience, considering the situation we're in right now, they could very much be lying.
All right, I think I have an idea. Let's try this. Corin's gonna like stand back to project her voice out into the room, and she's going to say, all right, everyone listen up. If you have any lapse in memory of any time recently when this key might have been put into your body, please raise your hand. Do you have any moments you couldn't remember? Late nights of drinking, lost time? Raise your hand now for the love of all the gods that are holy and unholy. Please.
The other 17 people in the room in one unison all raise their hands and they say, when we were running here in terror, I felt like I knew what I was doing, but then it was like a memory that I didn't remember correctly, and it's kind of a blur, but I ran with purpose here, and that's the most recent time that I've had a memory lapse on the way
Okay.
here with you all.
You then come here.
Oh, give me a second. This will be a crank person. This will be crank person 5. Walks up to you.
Okay, point to where it hurts.
They just kind of look confused. I don't know. I don't.
It's
nothing really
everywhere.
hurts. I don't know. I'm not aware. I'm kind of scared, and nothing makes sense right now.
Yeah, you say that again.
I'm kind of scared. Nothing makes sense right now.
No, I should have to say it again now. You just speeding my anxiety up.
Well, Sister Bestian, would you perhaps, I don't know if you're a medical sister, is that a thing? That seems like a thing.
Not exactly. I was in charge of the books in the library at the church.
That's close enough. Why don't you poke and prod this person here and see if you could find anything irregular?
All right, Sister Bestian's gonna do that. The once again, the eyes, ears, nose, etc. on the guy.
All right.
I'll assist.
All right.
I got a 15.
I got a 16.
16. Okay. Second. Okay, so you kind of stand together. As you look into their
Something like
eyes,
that.
you notice they start moving left to right as you give them, but then this one starts to wince, and then the one starts to wince again, and it starts to wince, and as they start having these problems, you start seeing their eyes start getting irritated, and they start rubbing it tremendously as they're just shaking their head, and they keep smacking the back of their head trying to get something out, and it just seems like they just can't, and they're having this panic attack because they know what this means. The Saberline fire and the brazier starts to rage and get higher and higher as this person just starts trying to get something out, and they go, I don't know what's going on. Everything's blurry.
Hold still, hold still. And Bestian's gonna kind of look over at Fetch and goes, hold him down. Make sure he doesn't hurt himself.
And Fetch is gonna do his best to hold him down, even though he is 3 feet tall and weak as shit.
All right, so you try to hold him down. Give me an athletics check to hold him down. Is anyone going to remove the key from what you can tell is now behind his eye?
I mean, I'm not going to be too much help holding him down.
Bestian's gonna look over at Corin and goes, You have a knife, right?
I was afraid it would come to this. She pulls it out. She's looking in there. What is she seeing?
Okay. Give me an attack roll as you stab that knife in there.
I guess that's what I'm doing. We're going for a surgical precision.
Oh yeah, it's a scalpel. I'm definitely a trained surgeon.
Can I aid with medicine to make sure she doesn't kill the guy?
You can try, absolutely. Give me a
would
medicine
also-
check, athletics check to hold the body down, hold this person down.
Can I do both, or do I have to pick one?
Pick one.
All right, then I'm going. Are you sure you want me to hold this bitch down, or hold this person down?
I got an 18.
I got a
18,
13.
13. I need that athletics check.
5.
5.
6 minus 1.
You try to hold this person down as stepping over their body like a surgeon, the elf takes out this crude knife. The Shunu tries to help them guide their hands, but the person on the ground is going mad with pain, paranoia. They start thrashing violently, and unfortunately, the cut is not clean. The blood starts to protrude from their eye as they start shaking more and more, and they drop dead.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Fetch. It's okay, Fetch. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. And she kind of looks over at the malefactor and just kind of narrows her eyes and kind of growls, "It's his."
Feels like it could be both of us at this point.
She's right. It's his fault, not mine at all.
The malefactor stares, just completely nonplussed at you. He just stares, no emotion.
I want to do a perception check to figure out if there could possibly be any sort of key in the malefactor.
All right, give me a perception check. You do hear, as the wound is suffered around the ocular cavity, you hear a metallic clang as the brass key falls out of the person's skull. You have 1 out of 10 keys, and you have 40 minutes to get the other 9.
You know what? Not as bad as I thought.
I got a nat 20 to look over the malefactor to figure out if he is a body with a key.
As you look over the body of the malefactor, you see him standing regimental. His body's almost encased in steel like a crab. You can see scars, scarifications, amazing runes, but there's nothing on him that resembles a key.
Okay.
Neato. I don't know. I would like to sort of look over like where the key was, and like pretty much like I want to look at his eye and like the socket and like the area around it, and see if there was like any indication that there was like surgery, or like there was a like his face was messed with to put the key there. And then I want to like search that for other people.
I will give this to you for free. There is no sign of scarification. There's no sign of damage, entry, nothing. It's almost as if these keys were placed here divinely behind their eye.
Okay.
Quick question. I was wondering, can I roll a perception check to see if there's any glass or anything like that around us?
I'll give this to you for free. You are in a stone and steel room. There is no glass in this
Okay.
room.
Can I inspect the key?
Yeah, it's a very standard brass key. Of course, it's a little sanguine, but it seems to have 2 teeth coming out of this long kind of skeleton key like neck, and a very unusual but not uncommon symbol of one of the devil lords in this city.
Yeah, I was gonna go for it.
Seeing what that individual went through and through their panic, Reginald's going to walk up to Sister Bestian and say, just hold out his arms. Well, I might as well be looked over too. And I would rather find out on my own turn and my own time rather than somebody else coming at me with a knife in desperation.
Me too. Since we're here.
Bestian just nods, goes, and just starts checking.
I think I could aid, right? It's
Yeah.
not like I'm hiding anything.
I would also
Absolutely.
like to aid.
Great. So it's like I'm trying to like, like under my arms or whatever I can.
Medicine checks.
Great.
I got a 19.
Sweet. I can aid that with a 17.
Same here.
Nice. Cool. With a total of 22, you're able to look over this person and realize that there is nothing unusual about their body, no protrusions. You realize you have no issue with your vision. Your body and musculature feels fine. You're safe.
You're clear.
Okay.
You're clear. All right, fetch. Let me look you over, and does the same.
I'm sorry, to who?
That's a fetch.
Got it, fetch.
I got a 16 on this one.
16.
Got a 15.
Perfect. Same thing, fetch. You're clean to bill of health. Nothing feels out of place or unordinary about you.
All right, you're good. All right, Oh, I better check myself. And Bastion's just gonna does the same thing to herself.
Yeah.
Other assistance.
Give me medicine checks, y'all.
Another 15.
I got a
Why not?
9 on this one.
I got a 14.
All right. So combined, Sister Bestian, as you do an examination, nothing is out of the ordinary. Your vision seems fine. Your nervous system seems okay. No foreign bodies. Nothing out of the ordinary.
All right. Looks like I'm good. Corn. Let me give you a.
Respectfully, I'll check myself. Thank you very much. You can watch though. And she'll check herself. That's a 13.
Okay. You can't be entirely sure, but you think you feel okay. You don't feel anything is out of the normal or out of the ordinary, but like, is that real or is that just you being paranoid and lying to yourself? You can't be sure, but you feel okay.
After very thoroughly checking herself over, she will say, I feel fantastic. Well, aside from having to play doctor on that poor soul there. That's not something I want to do again. But you know what? I am a bit emotional at what has transpired here. I just give me a moment to collect myself, and then I will continue to help in this endeavor. And she's going to step to the side, step away for a moment. And as she steps to the corner, she's gonna check in with her deity. She's gonna have a heart-to-heart. She'll say, I don't know why you've put me here. Do I really need to be carving these people up for whatever game this is? What do you want? If you'll just give me a little bit of assistance in at least the dirty work. I don't want to do the dirty work.
You get this feeling, almost a subconscious response that just says in your mind to you, if ambition is to be fair, it must be equal violence to everyone. Either you are going to be killed or you will kill. Good luck.
All right, she'll come back. I've collected myself. All right, let's get this done. Who's next?
All
Bloody
right.
person 2.
Puny person 2. All right, give me a medicine check.
Bloody person 2.
Oh, bloody person 2. Give me a medicine check.
Assist.
Yeah, I will assist this time as well because I'm pissed.
I would like to roll a perception check. And when we get done with this, I'll tell you what it's for, I guess.
I got a 13.
I got a 15 for assist.
I got a 15 as well.
Okay. With their assists, Michael, since you're the primary, you just hit the DC. You find this bloody person who, the minute you touch them, responds like a dog responding to a sound. Just kind of turns all their attention on you, eyes wide, breathing fast. And as you feel up their arms, somewhere right around this area between the bicep brachialis where it meets the forearm, you feel this unusual solid mass. First, you think it's like a fatty tissue. Then you feel the unmistakable cold metal inside that arm. You have to now cut at this junction point near the elbow and all the sinews to get this out of his arm.
All right. I think I found something. Corin,
Yes.
maybe this time I should do the operation.
Are you sure this is an easy one? It's right there.
As long as I don't have to hold him down this time, please.
Use
Let's
that.
try this once. This
All right,
one time
go
this
ahead.
way.
You can use that knife though. I will be keeping mine.
Sister Bestian's going to perform surgery.
I just love the look on Ian's face. This absolutely exasperated.
It's impressive that nobody's taken into account the guy whose key, like the key's in his arm, and everyone's like, okay, let's do this. It's like, wait, no one's asked him if he's gonna like sit down and just go with it, or if, hey, maybe he wants to be the one to cut his own key out.
All right, so give me that medicine check. Let's cut this thing open.
Well,
Can I get some help holding him down, please?
Oh, okay. I got a 16 on this one.
All right. Cool. You are able to make a small incision above and below it. You kind of even make a little bit of a semi-cut around it. You are able to fish it out. However, as it comes out, you notice a lot more blood starts to come out of the wound than normal. You realize that the key inside actually hit a major vein in the arm.
Oh dear. Sister Bestian going to quickly ask Christian, she's going to rip part of her robe off and just create kind of a bandage and just try to get maybe one of the other Shuni preachers to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Stop the flow of bleeding.
Give me a medicine check. Here's how these will work from this point onward. You get one person who's got one chance. That medicine check will happen. If that medicine check is not succeeded on that one opportunity by that one person, this person will die. Give me your medicine check.
I got an 18.
They are still alive. As you apply pressure to the wounds,
Just if you have any, if you have a fire source, we can maybe cauterize the wound or something.
you have 2 keys and 30 minutes. Ian, what was that perception check for?
So I know it was said, but I just want to double check on this because my perception check was, where the hell's the second knife? And is it that Sister Bestian now has it because she's performed surgery with it? Okay. I didn't know if it was still in the middle of the room and she just had to pick it up, or if it was in someone else's hand. That's 8 keys, too few.
All right, bloody person 3.
Lady person 3, give me a medicine check.
I will assist.
I hate to be a cynic, but saving people from these surgeries is actually not in our favor.
It's true.
Yeah, but the sad part is that it's what I would do.
Yeah, no, right, yeah.
I play against every instinct I have.
Look, I know what PJ wants us to do is just send this place into a purge.
I got a 17.
17.
My assist was crap, so it was.
I
still-
got a 16.
And this was on who again? Bloody
Bloody
person.
3.
Bloody 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
B3.
B3 bingo. B3 Bloody Person 3 does not seem to have any unusual protrusions
Okay.
or reactions. They seem to be okay.
All right, you're good. Bloody
I
person
think-
4. Oh, sorry.
I think while they're calling Bloody Person 4 over, Reginald with a performance check of 14 is just going to try to literally just get everybody else in the line.
Okay.
Because they've already saved one person. So I think he tries to use that. So his whole speech is, okay, everybody, without resistance, we were able to take key, but not a life. With resistance, unfortunately, other things took place. We should probably try to get through this as calmly and as simply as possible, as Fetch was saying earlier. If everyone could get in the lines, we can look you over, and hopefully we find a key in your arm.
So they get into a single file line. There's a little bit of fear, but they do listen. They're like, honestly, we can't control this. This is the most control we could have. So they get into a straight line. Michael, you said you're checking out Bloody Person 3, correct?
No, 4. We already did 3.
We already did 4. Okay, Bloody Person 4. Cool. So Bloody Person 4 is at the top of the line. I want medicine checks for everyone who's looking over this person.
I got a 17.
17. Okay.
15 to assist.
15 to
Got a
assist.
17 plus 1, 18.
Okay. Yeah, with all those successes, that is an absolute object win. You notice something rather tragic about Bloody Person number 4. Their lips are blue, their eyes are dilating in and out with no ability to focus. They keep talking about numbness in their fingertips and a tightness in their chest. You start to realize that this person does have a key in their body. It's behind their heart.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, 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 this is bad. This is bad.
I want to make a medicine check now.
All right, make a medicine check. What's it for?
I want to see if we just let this person sit here, they're gonna just die on their own.
Okay.
If they're feeling all the numbness and everything else, if I got a 17 on the die, to figure out if we just let this person sit for a few more minutes, they may go themselves.
Yeah. If you want to do that, you have 28 minutes left. They will take about 10 minutes to die in real time.
Leave them. They'll get there eventually. Move on to the next person.
Okay.
I think Reginald looks over to Sister Bestian. They're not going to make it through the surgery, but they could pass on their own time as well. Maybe we should keep moving forward.
There's always a chance. Lieutenant Eileen, there's always a chance. We could try. We should at least try.
Be my guest.
All right. Who's next?
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll to see if I can get the key out with the smallest of incisions. I know he's probably gonna die. I know this is gonna be a super difficult roll, but gonna try.
Meanwhile, Fetch kind of thought the plan was to just let that guy die, so he's already started checking the next guy.
Cool.
Right.
Why don't you give me the medicine check on the next guy? Michael, send me the medicine check in a secret message just to keep things moving. Makai, what is your medicine check? Oh, and who are you doing it on?
Whoever's next in line. So we were at Medicine Boy or Bloody Boy number 4.
Yeah, you now are at one of the Shuni priests. 19. You are able to remove the key. However, it also cuts a lot of ventricles and it nicks the major artery going from the heart through the aorta. They die in seconds. But you now have 3 keys. Congratulations. Makai.
18 on Shuni Priest number 1.
Shuni priest number 1. Shuni priest walks up to you in the line. They look pallid. They look seasick. Their lips are pale, but it's not from something else. They seem to be shaking. Their body is. They look like toxic. A toxic response is going on through as they grip their stomach in intense pain. To get the key out, you will have to open up their stomach and remove it. This is a kill shot.
I grabbed their shoulder. You got one. I don't think I need to tell you what happens next.
The Shuni just quietly nods. Give me a roll to hit.
That is going to be a 15 plus. Do I add anything? I don't have a level.
It's okay. You add your strength.
Even though it's a dagger?
Yeah. Oh well, if it's a finesse, you could add your dexterity. Yeah.
Hell yeah. 15. It was either it was either a +0 or a -1.
Love it.
You sink your blade into their stomach, and after some peace and mercy, you're able to wrangle from the acid in the pit of their bowels a key. It seems a little corroded, but it's fine. The Shuni, however, dies.
I'm sorry.
Can I give the name of the Shuni and the
What number was
dog
that?
breed?
Shuni number 1.
1.
Thank you.
Can I get the names of Shuni and the dog breed?
I will say time is of the essence, so do whatever you want to do.
All right, Brother Walker,
Come on.
Cocker Spaniel.
Next up,
17 to check the Shuni number 2.
Shuni number 2. Shuni number 2 seems to be having issues with numbness in the fingers, dilation issue with the eyes, pallid lips, and they keep talking about a tightness in their chest. You've seen this before. They have a key in their heart. They will be dead in 14. They'll be dead in 4 more minutes.
And see your brother. should be able to do some, maybe. See your brother, and then I move on to the next one.
All right. They go off to politely let themselves die of natural causes, and they send you a big praise before they get too shaky and have to stop. Next up.
Sorry, sister. I meant like go see your sister so she can cut the key out.
Oh,
if she
as you're
wants to.
going to Michael to get Michael,
Yeah.
that is your choice.
All right. Yeah. Sister Bastian's gonna give a little prayer and remove the key
Remove the key. Give me a medicine check.
from. Okay.
While this display is going on, I wanted to roll a performance check to see if I can palm one of the keys that everybody is apparently just letting sit in a room.
Okay. Give me a performance check. Actually, give me you know what? Give me a performance check. We'll make it
Okay.
a distraction.
This I got a roll of 15, and this is Sister Pat, who's a Yorkshire Terrier.
Peace and mercy be upon you, sister, as she passes and you have a key.
Next one down the line, Shoni number 4. I think that's Shoni number 4. Is that
Shoni-
Shoni number 4?
Shoe
Are
number
we gonna-
4. We can make a shoe number 4. Give me a medicine check really fast. If anyone wants to, of course, help out and give aid, please do.
Yeah.
Really fast. Ian, what was that performance check?
I got a 19 on the die face and make it a whopping 22.
There's no way.
Iowa.
There's no way level 0 can see that. You have palmed a key.
Thank you.
For the next roll, I got an 18 plus 19.
19. Shuni Priest number 4?
Yes, unless we are on 3. The next one in line.
Yeah. Okay, Shuni Priest 3 then.
Unless 4 is the one with the key.
Horrible fever seems to be overwhelming them as they have a hard time focusing. You see their nervous system is fried as their hands can't quite like grip, and they feel about a tightness in their left arm. The key is hiding in their heart. This will be another brutal moment.
I think your sister might be busy, but if you go see Corin, they might be able to help you. And I'm so sorry, and I hope to see you wherever we all end up.
All right.
And number 4.
Number 4, give me a medicine check to remove it.
Am I doing the medicine check to remove or to check?
Sorry. Talking about Shuni Priest 4 or Shuni Priest 3?
I told Shuni Priest 3 to go see Corin.
Got it. See, Corin. Excellent. Medicine check for the other one. Corin, what are you doing with Shuni Priest 3?
Did you already do a medicine check on them?
Mm-hmm. He has a key behind his heart.
Oh, okay. Corin's like, okay, don't worry, we're going to get this out of you. I'm gonna attempt to make a decision actually like lower and just stick my hand in there and go up. That way I'm not like cutting near the heart.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
like, all right.
Give me a medicine check on this one.
Alrighty.
Make 2 holes. I stick my hand in one hole and pump his heart, and I reach in the other one.
Yeah, that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Oh, it's good. Even's bad. You're able to make the incision. You're able to reach up. You can feel this wet, sticky mass of muscle just moving behind the chest. And as you do, you reach up around the top right ventricle and you find this warm metallic thing, and you grab it and you pull it up very slowly, and you don't nick the heart. But they are bleeding profusely from a chest wound, and they will need medicine checks to stay alive.
Just
All
like
right.
Michael, Corin's elbow deep in Shuni.
Ridiculous. I'm just gonna make a medicine check now to see if I can help with that. That's a 17.
17. This one gets to live for now, as you're able to put pressure on the aorta and keep them alive. But you're gonna have to keep doing that for the rest of the game in order to make sure the Shuni continues to live. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 keys. You only need 4 more, and you have 19 minutes left. I believe number 4 was being looked at by somebody, by Sister Bastian. Is that right? Makai, yes.
Yeah, whoever gets them first. That's going to be a 15. 14 plus 1.
Okay. 15 plus 1, that'll be enough. You're looking for Sheen Priest 4?
Yes.
Long story short, it's in the stomach again.
Reginald is going to. I'm going to roll an attack check and see if I can punch him in the gut as hard as I can.
Okay,
Make
go
him
ahead.
throw it up.
Medicine check.
If this works, I might just have a fucking breakdown. I think. If this works,
I have nothing for strength. Oh, do you need me to do a medicine check on this?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's still 0. I got a 13. to hit.
13.
This?
You. Okay, yeah. Give me.
Pull their arms back.
Yeah, give me an athletics check to assist. That's a tough
Athletics. Damn. Dang.
one. A natural 1.
Well, I got a 2, and I have my
Oh.
athletics is -1.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ian, you go for
Oh.
the gut shot. Your knuckle actually makes contact with the key, and you can feel it within their stomach lining move like shards of glass, and you can almost guarantee there's now internal bleeding in her stomach. Well, in their stomach. I don't know the gender of this dog. So this thing's gonna die no matter what at this point.
Well,
I
I was trying to make him throw it up.
That's not a terrible idea, but I understand.
I think
What?
Lauren,
While we're doing that, Sister Bastian's gonna take care of. I think we're on Bleeding Man number 5.
Well, I need to know this shooting priest number 4, getting the key out of them.
Yep.
All right, make a
think-
medicine check.
Corin is gonna like see that happen, and she's gonna say, "You don't have to be brutal about it." And she's gonna take the knife and she's just gonna be like, "Get out of the way," and go for it.
So,
I got a
knowingly, she stands up from the person she's holding the
wait,
blood
that's a
in
17.
from her open heart arm surgery, and then goes, "I got this guy. Don't worry about it." Good,
I got
okay.
a 17 for medicine.
So a
Or I guess-
14.
I guess 16 to hit.
16 to hit, will hit. Remove that key.
Yeah, I just the same thing as before. I'm just like holding them like I'm sorry, and I stab them, I shank them, and I gut them, and I pull the key out, and I'm shaking a little bit more than I was before.
Well, the good thing is you're now at 7 keys. Somewhere in this room, 3 more people house these keys. And you have 16 more minutes left.
How
What's
many
the
more
next
people
step?
are there?
There's 3 people that have keys in them still. There was 21 people when you got in here, including you 4. 1,
By the
2,
way,
3,
that was
4,
Brother
5,
Chase, who was a toy fox terrier.
We
so of
did
the
all the
21,
Shonies, if I'm not mistaken.
there are a few Shunies that are still alive that I don't believe you've checked on yet.
I'm checking on Bloody Person 5.
Right, because there were 7 Shonies, not 5. So then, yeah, I'm just gonna keep going down the line of Shuni.
Yeah, I'll help to check the Shuni. And I'll
Okay.
just be like, "Brother Good, I owe you one. I'll do my best."
I got an 18 on Bloody Man 5.
Okay, 18 on Bloody Man 5.
19 on the next Shuni.
All right.
15 to assist for the Shuni.
Okay. Bloody Man 5 seems to be having symptoms that suggest a key is in their stomach.
All right, Sister Bastian's going to just kind of put her paw in the man's mouth to make him try to gag and throw up.
Oh, well, there's that too.
Give me a medicine check. While you're doing that, Makai and Sam, roll your medicine checks for the next Shuni that you're looking at.
I got a 17.
17. Okay.
Is that one on top of the one we just did, or?
Oh, my apologies. My apologies. No, not at all. Could you remind me what your rolls were again? 15 and
I got a 19. 18
19.
plus 1.
cool. We'll do this.
Mine at
really
15? Yeah, I don't remember.
So as you try to force this person to move it up, you notice their reaction is having pains what they talk about. I have blades in me guts, and they realize the key in this person is not in their stomach; it's outside the stomach lining.
Oh, okay.
Damn, you made this pointer
Sister
up for
Bastion's
nothing.
going to try to be as delicate as she can and try to move it without killing him. I got a 16.
16. If you remove the blade, you will have to remove the key. You will have to put a lot of medical attention on them because stomach wounds can really lead to death, if not septic response.
All right.
I think Reginald's going to walk up to Sister Bestian and whisper in their ear, "You should just make it merciful."
Yeah. Oh, by Eilis. Oh, by Eileen. You're right. But he should be with at least someone as he passes. So she's going to also motion one of the surviving Shunies to kind of just watch over him, be with him while he passes. And she's going to move on to the next person in line.
Okay. So, for confirmation, the fifth bloody person, we are.
Is Sister Bestian not killing the person?
No, but she's going to make sure to get one of the surviving Shuni priests to basically watch over him as he passes. So
How long will it take him to die?
He will die in approximately 5 minutes. You do have a total of 12 minutes left on the clock.
Okay.
Perfect. And what about the shooting we were checking?
Shuni 6 seems fine. No unusual musculature, no unusual symptoms of fever, stomach ache, or focus problems.
Is that
Damn
the
it.
Shuni?
Shuni 6 seems to be A-okay.
And that's
Bloody
all of
person
them,
6.
Shuni Priest 6 seems to be okay. What's the next person you're looking into?
Bloody Man 6.
Bloody Man 6. Thank you. Bloody Man
And I
6.
got a 19 on that.
I think he's going to have a key.
Yeah. Bloody Man 6 appears to be okay. Nothing unusual about their person.
Bloody
Pink
Man,
Man
7.
number 2.
Bloody Man number 2.
7.
Bloody Man
Bloody
number
Man's-
7. Crank Man number 2.
Crank Man number 2. Got it. Give me a medicine check for Crank Man number 2 first.
17. Sorry, 16. 15 plus 1 is 16, not 17. That's math, Makai.
Crank person number 2 seems to have no symptoms of anything irregular about his musculature or his nervous system. He looks okay.
Okay.
I- On my guy, I got a 17.
17. Rema, your guy again?
Bloody Man 7.
Bloody Man 7 seems to be A-okay.
All right. Let's move on to the next person on the wheel then. What number are we on the wheel? Anyone remember?
On the wheel, you mean the crank?
Yeah, the crank.
Yeah, we're cranks. We are on crank number 3.
3.
Crank person 3.
All right.
Okay.
I rolled a 16 to check crank person 3.
I'll do 14. 4. Save time.
Okay.
Makai, you go first.
I like I said, I got a 16 for
16.
medicine.
As you check on crank person 3, you find a very unusual lump, again, very similar in one of the major vein collections of their forearm. They have a key in their arm that will have to be removed. If you're not careful, you could make a serious injury.
Orin will go for it. It's just being methodical at this point. 15, if anyone is interested in assisting.
I'll assist with a 16. Nope, 15.
Okay. You are able to remove the key out of the arm. You do hear him scream in pain a little bit as there is what appears to be an unusual swelling. You will need a medicine check to keep him alive as an infection from the key is starting to spread.
Bloody Man 14. I got 4. I got a 7. No, that's an 18.
Bloody Man 4? Bloody Man 4 seems to be okay.
Cool.
So that's 4 people we found that are okay, right?
Yeah, we're on Bloody Man 5. Wheel Man 5.
So 4 people have been
Ooh.
with no key in them.
My apologies. My apologies. Bloody Man 4 is already dead.
Oh, okay.
So we have 3 people with no keys in them.
Yeah, who is left? Just for our own.
The Crank Survivor 3 that you have taken a key from, who is dying of an infection. There's only 1 key left. So far, looks like Shuni Priest 6 and 7 are fine and alive. Looks like the Bloody Man 2 and the Bloody Person 1 seem to be... No, I'm sorry. Bloody Person 2 is dead, but Bloody Person 1 seems fine and alive. Crank Person 2 and Bloody Person 3, I think you've checked before, also seem okay.
Who's left? I kind of lost track, I think, at this point.
Who
Yeah,
hasn't
who-
been checked?
who-
Can I?
Yeah.
Can we just we would know who we haven't checked. Maybe we just line them up.
Yeah. You do see that there appears to be 1 person left of the Crank team holding their arm, looking very scared and a little shy as they open up their palm to reveal this massive bump, almost like a mass coming out of their forearm again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mystery
It's gonna be
medicine
okay. It's
check
gonna be
to try and remove it. I don't even say anything at this point. I think I'm a bit rougher. I'm just Fletch just kind of walks up to him, grabs his hand, grabs the knife, and just starts going to town.
I will assist, but that's not useful because that was an 8 to assist.
I'd say 19 plus 1, 30, 20.
Woo.
Yeah, I'll assist too.
Yeah, why not?
13.
Nope.
Okay. It is a awfully rushed hack job. You're able to finally get the key out of there, but at this point, there's so much damage done to his forearm. If he does not die from the damage, then it's probably irreparable without surgery.
And just I'm gonna gesture to Reginald. Could you get the keys into the door, please?
Yeah, so Reginald says, of course. There are how many people left standing in this room?
So, at 6 minutes and 47 seconds, you have acquired all 10 keys.
Right.
The people still alive are you 4, Shuni number
There were
6,
other people.
Shuni number 7, Bloody Person 1, Bloody Person 3, Crank Person 2, and Crank Person 4.
So did we just kill an innocent person by accident? If there's 21 people and 10 keys, am I doing this math wrong? That means there should be 11 people left.
So there's these 6 plus you 4.
But we only killed 10 for keys.
Mm-hmm. It's probably my... Let me go over my math really fast here. I know
PJ's
you had a
forgetting to
few...
count himself.
I thought this got, because I'm like, if this got really sinister, that means there's somebody without a key in them who
Mhm.
needs to die for only 10 people to go forward, right?
Technically, no. You just needed 10 keys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, shoot. Let's just open the door then.
All right. The 10 keys slide in. Is at this point you notice each key is inherently different in the teeth and the neck. You slide them in when they get the right tumbler, they click, and the entire mechanism makes a grinding as the door slowly begins to open. You walk into the next room. You see another room identical to this one, dark, poorly lit, stone reinforced by steel. The malefactor closes the door behind them as all 11 people, not including the malefactor, walk in to this room. You see 11 chairs in a circle. These chairs are attached at the legs on these tracks made out of stone. Large gears on the sides seem to be ready to turn at a moment's notice. The chairs are draped in chains facing everyone. So if you sit in a chair, you're going to be looking at the person next to you, over your shoulder, and the person directly across the circle ahead of you. The chairs seated at the end of their track, and again, covered in chains. The malefactor walks to the center, and just waits.
So what is it? Speak up.
When the music cuts, for the sake of audio, I will. All right, there we go. So the malefactor walks to the center of the room. Once again, their body does this horrible, just convulsions, these twists, these massive violent thrashings, and their head cracks back. And a familiar voice begins to boom from his helmet. One moment. Stupid program changed on me. There we go.
Well done. Now, we all know leadership can be grueling. Sometimes you must make calls without knowing all the details, but the ambitious will always do what they must for everyone else. Please have a seat, and the game will begin, or else.
I think Reginald just kind of walks over to one of the chairs, and I'm not going to try to pick one because I don't know what the game is yet. I think it's, if they're all standing on one side, whatever the one is right in front, the closest one to sit down in, because there's no point in arguing. It's either death now or later.
Sister Bestian the same while glaring at the malefactor.
What do you... Go ahead. Go ahead.
Fetch is just trembling and staring at the floor and walking to a chair.
Corin looks at Malefactor and says, "What is the or else again? Just remind me."
The malefactor doesn't seem to respond. They just stare at you coldly, flatly, no emotion in their metallic helmeted mask.
Anybody in there?
No response.
And this room doesn't have any exits, or what does it look like?
So aside from the 11 chairs put into an uneven circle, identical to the last room, there's a steel door at the other side. However, this door doesn't have a handle. And the door you came from, you notice, also doesn't have a handle on this side. It seems almost like a paradox, like a lie. And this room is just a nice like 20 by 20 square room. Again, a brazier hanging from the ceiling, the fire as the Lord of Ambition from the Nine Hells is speaking through this vessel. The fire is this like heavy bluish purple, like a bruise.
All righty, Corin will just go sit down.
All right. Now, before we go into the details, does anyone have any questions?
So many questions, but no.
Why?
That's a good why.
I have several questions. Most of them I can't say on stream. Most of them revolve around the phrase, "Where's the friends?"
All right, great. So then we are going to continue on. Once everyone is in their seat, and you all take your seat, the chains on the seat seem to come alive and wrap around your torso and your legs, keeping you in these seats. No matter how much you fight or struggle, it doesn't even feel like they're resisting you. It feels like an unusual muscle paralysis. The more effort you put into moving, the less energy your body creates. But you're trapped in this chair. Now, this is metaphorically speaking. It just seems to you that this is how your body's responding to these chains. As it wraps around you, the chairs, you hear this, and you hear like teeth of gears grinding against gears, and you start ratcheting backwards along the track until all of you are at the far ends of the wall. stuck in these chairs.
Eileen's just gonna just try to stay as calm as possible, taking deep breath as she just constantly repeats, I am with Eileen and Eileen is with me. I am with Eileen and Eileen is with me.
As you do, the malefactor's head seems to crack back as his body seems to rise to his tippy toes, almost afloat, as Magadon, the devil lord of ambition, begins to speak from his body once more.
We will play a fun little guessing game. 6 of you have a very specific little demon inside of you. I call them Ravon chainworms because they are traitorous little bastards. This demon will slowly turn you into one of them, going mad with power. If you can kill the people with the demons inside of them, then the worms will not grow. They will not sprout demons. They will become weaker and weaker. Now, I understand this may be difficult for you. All you have to do, discuss amongst yourselves. When the timer is up, you tell me who the demon is, and I'll kill them. And if you don't, well, they'll grow powerful and they'll kill you. So, let's play a game. I hope I've made this very clear. Now, would you kindly find my demons for me?
Um,
So one of us has worms.
Just so I was to make this clear, just the malefactor said that one of us has worms, not all of us has worms, right?
No,
of
they
us.
said 6 of you have
Oh,
worms.
6 of us.
Oh.
Yes. Let me just.
Has the Shuni been vaccinated?
About to say,
Side-eyeing the shoonies.
all the shootings are going, we've been vaccinated
Good. Okay, great.
for the community.
We took our worm pills. All right, so this is how this is going to work. 6 of you, and this will change every round, has a demon inside of you. However, you will have to tell Magadon which one has the demon inside of them. Think of this as a game of werewolf. And just like werewolf, people will lie because some people would rather become demons and continue to live than not. So you have to find out who the 6 are, and it could change and it could become anyone.
Can we tell if we have a demon in us?
Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see that when that time comes, as we take a 5-minute break so that we're not doing this for another hour without a chance to refresh ourselves. So we're going to come back at 9:30 p.m. with a game of werewolf, or as I like to call it, who's a demon inside of them. We'll see you in 5 minutes, everybody. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second half of the third and last episode of the Crimson Carnage. The players are now strapped with divine chains into chairs on tracks, and they will be forced to play a game of, well, for a better word, werewolf, to figure out who is actually the demon in disguise. This is not only just for their survival, but, well, it's mostly for their survival. So we are going to start off. The way this is going to work is that there will be any number of turns necessary to kill all of the 6 demons amongst the 11 survivors, 4 of which is you all, and the 5th one is the 4th crank person, who I believe, if I've done my math right, is still alive. And with that, we're going to continue. You have 6 minutes to discuss amongst yourself to figure out who was the person. At the end of those 6 minutes, you will have to give someone up to Magadon. Right or wrong, you won't know until after Magadon's taken them.
Has it started?
It'll be starting right now.
Sister Bestian, would you help us and maybe lead us all in a prayer?
Yes. Of course, of course.
We should all repeat this prayer.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Uh, I give you my worries and concerns, O Aili, as we ask for your guidance. Your inner turmoil, I know that you understand. All for the community, and sometimes our hearts weigh heavy with troubles, but if we follow your path, we shall be on the right. Let us lay all our things before you as we breathe in, safe in the knowledge that we are held in your grace.
For the sake of time, does anybody not say the prayer? I got a 17 for my perception check.
Okay. You notice everyone is trying hard to follow and say what the
Right.
priestess is saying. Everyone in the room is having a hard time saying it. They're stumbling through it.
Okay. There's no one outright refusing?
No one's outright refusing.
Damn. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if other divine presence we can have.
PJ.
Yes.
I'm going. Sister Besson's going to go one by one through everybody, casting detect magic.
Okay, fair enough. I will give you the shorthand of it. You don't sense magic in anyone.
Okay. Worth a try.
Question.
Mhm.
Would I be able to either use occultism or religion to sort of like maybe not suss out a demon, but like think of any tricks or tips or anything I might have heard to like spot a demon?
Sure thing. Religion would be the cue to go. However, remember, you are all chained to chairs on tracks about 10 feet or more apart from one another. You're going to have to go solely based on verbal and body language based clues.
Mm.
Sister Bestian.
That's a 19.
Oh.
A 19. Usually when people have a demon inside of them that's enough maturity to actually start taking hold of their willpower, there is obviously an aversion to things like prayers, holy sites, salt, blessed metals, and holy water. But that's when the demon has had enough maturity to take hold of them. Right now, people are basically just pea pods filled with diabolic peas. They don't really know they're possessed because the demons haven't gotten there yet. However, by the time they'll be mature enough to actually be affected by these things, it may be too late.
Corin is going to just yell, "Hey, you," in Abyssal. Does anybody?
I love it.
Interesting. Give me a performance check or a deception check.
Okay. It's +1. It's 18.
18. So you make this check. The room is immediately tense like a fist. Give me a perception check really quickly.
Nice.
Oh, natural 20.
Never mind.
Woo!
You see the immediate knee-jerk reaction, then definitely followed by trying super hard to just hold back all response, all physical response of the 6th Shuni priest dog as you start speaking Abyssal, and they go, and it's very clear that they look like they should not have responded to that.
It's them.
What do you mean it's me? They
It's
spoke
you.
you spoke the tongue of the devil. How do you even
Yes.
know that language?
Here's the deal. I already knew that language, and they can attest to this. They've heard me speak it before.
It was pretty freaky, but yeah, I've heard him do it before.
Yeah, she has done it before, but it was always in times not as bad as these. It actually helped us out quite a bit.
And also, I will say, I didn't even say I was speaking the language of the devil. You just told me that. How did you know?
I am a priest of the Holy Spirit of the community. You don't think I am armed against my enemies? I saw my sister lose her holy symbol in the presence of Magadon. I know what it's like to face the devils.
I will say in Abyssal to them, your sister is more devout and worthy of life than you if you cannot admit to yourself what brews inside of you. And what's that reaction?
They begin thrashing in their chair and they say, "Nonsense! No, that's impossible. I am devout just as she is. This is a lie designed to turn you all against me."
Question: did any of you understand what I just said?
Yeah, you said something like.
Yeah, you're right.
Sister Bestian is going to look at the 6 Shuni brother and go, if you're telling the truth, then say the prayer of Eiley with me in Celestial.
As you proceed to try, suddenly you hear the clicking grind of the tracks, and you're all forced to be about 3 feet away from each other, eyeball to eyeball. And you feel in that moment a presence as Magadon asks, who is the one person you wish to give to them? Who has the demon in them?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I have to point. It's the best we got.
I'm sorry.
Was the 6 Shuni able to repeat the prayer in Celestial?
The Shuni didn't have the time. As they were talking to you and about to speak, the chairs rocketed forward. You actually got right on the dot, like 1 second as you started that role play. So it's now or nothing. So
I think Reginald is. I agree with Corin. And points at the Shuni priest, upset that he has to make a choice.
Sister Bestian just shakes her head. No, I trust in my brother. And just kind of leaves it at that.
okay. One of the bloody people tied up with you guys in the chairs says, "Look, I don't know nothing about no languages, but all I know is that woman over there spoke it. She spoke it clear as a bell, and the holy person called her out on it, and everyone just acts like it's okay. I mean, she spoke the devil's language. I don't know what that sounds like, but everyone confirmed that's what it was, and she doesn't have a devil inside her."
Listen, we've already established how this works. I spoke it quite a while before any of us have got here. But for one of you who have never acknowledged the ability to understand me, which they clearly did, you saw it with your own eyes. That's the questionable one to me.
Reginald says, I would give it to you, honestly, if the other priest didn't understand everything she was saying. She didn't simply just recognize it, like the rest of us who've heard it before. She replied.
So the Shuni priest is starting to become wreathed in this purplish fire, similar to the brazier. And they start screaming, and you start hearing this kind of voice echo from the fire warbled as they say, "They're in cahoots. They're working together. I don't know if there's a devil inside me or not, but I know this, that they were all too quick to agree. You can't trust them." And the purple fire completely engulfs them. And as the fire leaves nothing left, you see poking out of the fire this little wormy face, this gross wormy face with little teeth, kind of like the alien from Aliens when they're inside your lungs. And then that also goes up in a smoke of purple fire, and the chair is empty. And your chairs go back to the end of the track.
Sister Bestian just kind of looks down, kind of gives that, you know how a dog goes, "Meow," does that little sound, goes, he has lost his way.
Can I do a perception check to see like who might look a little bit more nervous now? Now that they're down one worm as opposed to one person.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Oh, by the way, that was Brother K, who was a whippet.
Oh
Brother K was doing
no!
whippets?
He was like shuddering the whole time.
No.
I feel like, yeah, he had fallen from his path, Makai.
Yeah. Let that be a lesson, kids. Doing whippets takes you away further and further from the goddess's light. You don't want that.
Do whippets, kids.
Do
Didn't
whippets.
think didn't think I needed to say this.
Really quick,
just
did
don't.
the malefactors say how many it was 6, right?
Yeah,
Make sure you said 6.
Mhm.
now
Okay.
5.
And how many people are in the room again?
There's now 10.
10.
So
Yep.
6 of us will get out of here.
Okay.
Wait, 4.
Oh wait. Okay.
Now, that being said, Makai, was that perception check as I hit the timer because round 2 starts now.
17.
17. Everyone in the room looks immensely nervous. Everyone is terrified because they don't know if there's a devil in them. They don't know who to trust. It looks like there's a group of 4 versus everyone else, and they don't know who is really on whose side here.
I think Reginald starts with, I know it is easy to look at us who have paired together and made it through this night as some sort of force standing against you. But in the end, when no one else voted, we were right. So if everybody else wants to chime in at any point, it would be probably in your best interest.
And
Sister Bastion is going to look at the remaining Shuni brothers. If you still hold Eileen in your hearts, then you will understand the tenets of community.
They all just say absolutely yes, and as a community we have to be very careful who we just throw to the devil's fire. We don't have an opportunity to get out of this in one piece, but we have to at least be better about it.
We were
What
careful.
do you mean better? It looks like I was the best at it already.
Efficiency in killing doesn't make you better.
I found the
Um,
right person.
Can I roll?
Well-
Sorry.
oh yeah, no, go for it. But while everyone's like sort of arguing and trying to like get the heat off of them, Fetch is gonna start singing a song to himself. It is a lullaby, but more specifically, it's a lullaby in Celestial.
Okay. All right. Give me a performance check.
Performance. Oh, hey, actually, you do have something for performance. That's going to be a 16, 15 plus 1.
16, 15 plus 1. Okay. So, by the way, I have to correct my math a little bit. There is Shuni 5 is still alive. It was the other bloody person 5 that is dead. So Shuni 5 still alive. That's my
Never mind.
correction to myself. So there's 7 and 5 still alive. And this is important because the 2 Shuni dogs start to sing in Celestial.
Sister
But no one else does because no one knows how to speak that language, and they shout it immediately as if to like plead their case. I don't know that language. I don't. What are you singing? Is that a shanty? I don't know it. Teach it. I'll do it if you teach it to me.
And I'm more so looking at like faces, like to see if anyone's having a bad reaction, like hearing Celestial.
Give me a perception check. DC to beat is 15.
Perception check, DC to beat.
I'll also look.
As I was saying
Not useful.
earlier, that one Shuna went that said about the whole community and everything. I'm rolling perception against that one
Okay.
to see if they were lying or not.
Okay. So we'll take that really fast. Did all 3 of you do the perception check to see the responses?
Yeah,
I tried.
17.
I rolled a 13, so I guess I can aid.
Mine was 9, so not great.
All right. And Makai, what was yours?
16 plus 1.
16 plus 1. Dope. Okay. So Makai, as you're doing the lullaby in Celestial, and you see the two Shuni dogs are echoing it back in Celestial, you notice Shuni Priest 7 is gritting their teeth in pain as they're saying it.
And as the song comes to a close, I'm just gonna turn to that one. Don't grit your teeth so hard, you might break a tooth.
I have a nervous jaw reaction. It's very common in my breed. It's when we're scared, our muscles tense and seize, and I'm really trying to sing along to comfort myself, and my muscles are just tensing through it. Michael, really fast. The person you talked about, the whole family, was Shuni 5, and you believe him 100%.
Okay. I don't think I told you the roll though.
I imagine you're gonna get it. What was it?
It was an 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Yeah, he's telling the truth as much as possible.
Okay.
So that's what Shuni 7 says. Is anyone else, and you all kind of see the response. Is there anything else you all are doing?
I think I'm letting them take the reins on this end, so I don't like insert myself to the situation, but too much. But I'm keeping an eye out for those reactions.
Okay.
I would like to intimidate Shuni number 1, or the Shuni that just intimidate him into telling me the truth.
Okay. Make a quick roll.
Dirty 20, 19 plus 1.
30, 20, 19 plus. What do you want from him really fast?
He's just Fetch, that's his name. Fetch just turns and looks at this dog. The dog looks back and to what was once these bright blue and green eyes, while full of fear, still full of determination. There is nothing but determination and tiredness, and something broke. And he's just staring at a soulless child. I don't have time or energy to fuck with you right now. So please, be straight with me. Do I have to kill you now or later?
As if summoned by this ultimatum, your chairs go off the track, and you're now about 3 feet forward from everyone else's face. And as you're that close, you once again hear the voice of Magadon asking you for another person to kill. The 6 minutes are up. Who do you wish to kill next? Who could possibly be the devil in disguise?
PJ, really quick. So you said that last turn, the Brother K didn't die, right? Or did he die?
The one that was engulfed in purple fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
No,
Oh.
you said that it wasn't the Shuni priest. He's asking it was a Shuni priest. It actually turned out to be one of the bloody guys. So
No. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Brother
Yeah,
K
no.
is alive.
Yes. Brother
Okay.
K is alive. My problem.
Yes.
My correction.
Got
Yes.
it.
And did I get anything from that intimidation, or was that just
It
just
was-
another perfectly timed thing?
It was another perfectly timed thing. The role play happened about 10 seconds before the timer ended. So I was like, I'll let them have the role play, and now we're here.
I'm going home. Hate this game.
I am going to point to the man who tried to defend the Shuni priest in the first round.
The bloody person, yes.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you're pointing at the bloody person. For reference, this would be bloody person 1. Who does anyone else point to or vote for a potential demon?
I'll vote with Ian.
Okay. Anyone else?
Fetch doesn't make a vote. We're allowed to abstain, correct?
Yes, but someone must be offered up to kill. So even though you don't vote, does not mean people will not be killed.
Yes, I'm assuming it's like a majority, like whoever just has the most votes.
Mm-hmm.
Word, yeah. So Fetch doesn't make a vote, but he does continue to stare down that Shuni priest that he was that he was dunking on before.
Okay. All right. Michael Powell, who do you vote for?
Mr. Bastion is kind of doing the same, abstaining, because just kind of just to have it in her at this point.
Mm-hmm. So the group does kind of vote split. The Shunis definitely seem to vote for the bloody person number 1. The bloody people are all over the place, and the crank people are too. It's a very wild split vote, but the majority does vote for bloody person 1. And with that, a sable flame starts to wreath around them and consumes them. And as they start to scream in pain and their body is turned to unholy ash, you see a little mouthy worm coming out of his chest that also dies in the same purple fire.
Worms.
And with that, you go back to the far end of it, having been 3 feet away from this person's face, they were turned to hellish ash. You are now 10 feet across the room from one another, 6 minutes on the clock. You must now figure out who else you will vote on for the next time.
Read that Shoni. I'm going to read that dog's face.
All right, give me a perception check on that.
Mother, God.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Wait.
I think we're losing him.
Oh,
Frozen. Well, while we wait for their feed to get back, I think Corin would have been watching that interaction and done an observate as well.
Okay.
So, oh, cool.
Awesome.
I'm gonna roll to assist for a 13.
Okay.
Hey.
Hello. Am I? I'm sorry. Okay.
happens.
It did roll though. It was a 19.
Okay. 19 plus the 13. Okay, that's good. So
I
you're
really want to
looking-
make a McKaylee joke. Took over Makai's
yeah,
computer,
because-
but Makai may not get that, so we'll explain it later.
Yeah, we'll explain it later.
McKaylee struck again.
So for
Damn you,
context,
Kaylee.
for context, I put my phone down and it slid and it landed on my lovely portable keyboard. And it
Oh,
landed directly on the power button,
Oh no.
which is like super small and super hard to
Perfect.
do.
Ridiculous.
great.
I don't know if your phone rolled a crit or if you rolled a crit fail, but either way, you'll love to see it. So you two are working on which dog again? The same one that you were talking to last time?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
basically just grilling him at this point, just like, oh really? Your jaw hurts? Your jaw hurts? Really, John? It's your jaw that hurts?
The more he sticks with his story, the more nervous and scared he's getting. You see his eyes darting, and he gets a lot more defensive. At this point, you can't even say if it's true or not, but you're not buying it, even if it was the God's truth. And he is just shaking and sweating and becoming emotionally defensive as he just keeps reiterating, I have a muscular twitch in my neck. It's a familial thing. It makes me grit my teeth when I'm nervous. And he just breaks down.
While Fetch is grilling them, like saying like, oh, your jaw hurts, your jaw, like that, Corin will just sneak in where does it hurt? In Abyssal.
Give me a deception check.
That is a 15.
Can I
15.
assist? Because of everything I'm doing over here.
Give me an assistance.
Dope. And I immediately forgot what I was supposed to roll.
You can roll anything. You can roll deception. You can roll perception, deception, perception, anything you want to roll. As long as you can kind of argue why.
TJ, while they do that, can I roll a religion roll to find out more about the tenets of Ailey and like self-sacrifice, giving all to the community, that kind of thing. If you could give me some more on that.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Time is running out, so let's make these rolls quickly.
18 intimidation.
18 intimidation, and that is the, what was your deception again, Sam?
It was a 15.
15. Okay. Yeah. So you ask him like, where is it? And Fetch is just like trying to like increase the tension to really like aggravate it. And he obviously he can't use his hands because they're bound, but he tries to show you where it is. The minute you say in Abyssal, where is it? He's like, oh, it's right here. It's right here in my neck, right by my jawline. And it's after he realizes what happens. His eyes go wide. You can see his body temperature drop as his heart plummets into his stomach, and he just goes, look, it's the devil's tongue. We all know it. We've all heard it before.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You said your neck hurts, so we're just gonna help you out with your neck. Don't worry. We got you. And I just go back to looking straight up.
Reginald just turns over to one of the people who is like one of the people from the crank shit, like the who's left over.
Mm-hmm.
And just says, "What about you? Who would you vote for?" Just looks him dead in the eye and asks.
The crank person looks at you, takes a deep breath, sets their jaws, and say, "Let the dog burn. They're already devil. Let's do it."
I got an 18 on my religion check.
All right. You know that Aile is really big on the success and the love and the nurturing of the community. It is not so much a goddess as it is a spiritual energy, a way of that moves through all living people. It is always community first, never the individual. If the individual gives their life for the community, great. But giving them lives, taking lives, that is not the way.
All right. Sister Bestian's going to look at each of the remaining brothers and just goes, remember the teaching of Ailey, and remember, we give ourselves for the community.
And with that, the chairs rocket back to each other on the tracks, the gears clicking and grinding. You are now 3 feet away from everyone's face. And as you do, you see that the one Shuni is crying, bawling tears, looking at Sister Bestian, realizing, whether they wanted to or not, they have failed the way. They have failed their sister. Now, Magadon appears, the presence, and he says, I'm gonna need another one. Who is it that we're choosing right now?
Do you mind? Because I have an idea. Tell me if it's possible or not. Sister Bestian's gonna vote for herself and kind of wants each of the other she needs to vote for themselves as well.
Well, you can vote for yourself, but you can't control them.
Okay.
So if you want to vote for yourself, you can.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. All right. Bastion votes for themselves. Ian, who do you vote for?
I'm going to vote for the Shuni who had the supposed jaw issue.
Okay. Okay. Sam, who are you voting for?
Same. Yep.
Makai, who are you voting for?
Take a guess. Take a guess, PJ. Take a guess.
That's what I thought.
By the time those little chair carts rocket up, my fingers already pointing. It's like a twing. I'm like right there.
So with that, everyone puts in their votes. They're all pointing at the dog who's just bawling. Bastion tries to vote for themselves. The Shuni Priest 5 looks to Bastion and shakes their head, and they vote for number 7. And they say, it is the rotted food that ruins the harvest for us to eat. I shall not suffer the rot, lest I suffer the community to fail. It has to be number 7. And as all fingers point to this one dog except you, your Magadon say, I don't care. We'll see what's fair. Come with me, little one. I have such horrors to show you. The sable flame takes them as they cry and scream. You see the little wormy face bite the air and die in the sable flame of Magadon.
Well,
We'll say that was the previously brother Chase, the whippet that finally passed.
The whippy that finally passed. My apologies.
Yeah.
There's a lot of names and numbers I'm keeping track of, and well,
No
I
worries, no
can do
worries.
better. So with that, the chairs rocket on the tracks back to 10 feet apart. 6 minutes on the clock now. You have to figure out who the next demon is. This game will continue until either everyone is dead or the demons die first.
Who answered me specifically when I just asked for that random person?
Crank person 2.
Okay, and then I'm going to go over to one of the other crank people and ask them the same question. Right now, who would you vote for?
They kind of shrug and they point to Bestian going, I think they were trying to take heat off their mate. They thought, if I look innocent, maybe that'll do a favor for this person. I think they're in cahoots.
Well, Bastian, would you lead us in another prayer?
All right. Really quick. So there's only Bestian and one other Shuni left, right?
There is Bestian, Shuni number 5, who is still alive, Crank
Mhm.
person 4, Bloody person 3, and Crank person 2.
Okay, cool. All right. Yes. All right. Eileen, right now we lay these things before you as we breathe in, safe in the knowledge that we are held by your grace. We shall breathe out, knowing that we are held in your secure arms as we wait for you at the end. For you are the truth, you are the overflowing of love, for you are the beacon of hope and the fortress of our faith.
All
And-
right.
yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I
No,
apologize.
I'm good.
I got a 13 perception check to figure out if anybody reacted to that.
I'm gonna
Because
also
maybe they get a little
perception.
stronger.
Mm,
I also 13.
I got a 16, 15.
All right. You all are able to witness 2 things. The crank person you were just talking to, crank person 2, definitely has a hard time getting through it. You don't know if they're having a hard time because they don't know the prayer, but they definitely seem to kind of stutter a bit and kind of wince. And Shuni Priest 5 is now emboldened and starts to pray louder and louder.
I think Reginald looks to the rest of the group and says, well, there were 6 worms. 3 have been killed. There are 8 of us left, which means we have an advantage. We need to look closely. This prayer meant a lot more. If you noticed anything, speak now. Looking to the other people who are the crank people.
Okay. Crank person 2 says, "Look, I'm a worker by day. I understand what it means to be in a community, all right? All that blab about fortress and stuff, that's home, yeah? That's people, yeah? We need each other. We're only getting out of here together." And the other one, the other Crank person 4 says, "Oi, what he said, we live or die together, mate."
Question.
Mhm.
The one that looked like they were having like trouble repeating it,
Mhm.
repeating the prayer. The minute like they get like a little bit into their sentence, I want to yell out in Celestial, "Tell the truth!"
Give me an intimidation check.
With advantage. No, I'm kidding.
They also immediately voted to kill somebody when I first asked them. No hesitation.
And you said intimidation. And I dropped that dice, so we're gonna go with another one. Once that would be the nat 20 I rolled for the night. Okay, that's a 16 plus 1. Wait, yeah, that's 16.
So,
17.
as you shout in Celestial to tell the truth, they immediately recoil in terror and spit at you. And
I
you
spit
just
back.
it hits them, and you see just this unusual seething as they start breathing heavier and their body almost swells like an air balloon. just with a hateful air blowing them up. And it's, I will find you when this is over, little boy. I will stomp you with my boot and I will walk you dry like a mud hole. I will take your heart from you and I will eat it on a plate in front of your family. And they are just going into a full animalistic rage.
Yep.
At this point, Fetch has lost it. He's yelling back, "I'd like to see you try and eat it from my family. They're entirely dead. I never knew them. And in fact, I'll do you one better. I'll visit you in the abyss, and I'll take your head, and I'll rip it clean off, and I'll use it as a doormat." And we're just having this.
Oh yeah,
But I'm still speaking in Celestial.
He continues to speak, and you start hearing like this really weird, like he's no more older way he's talking. It takes this horrible clicking, growling sound, and he is leaning off the chains like a dog who wants to be let off the leash so he can attack. Crank Person 4 is staring at Crank Person 2 with absolute horror. Like who put this unusual present in the bottom of my life cereal? I didn't ask for this.
Corin will just
I
say,
think-
"Well, that was easy." Yeah.
I honestly, I think everybody is like, okay, the choice has pretty much been made.
Well, while we're here waiting, raise your hand if you agree with that guy, just so I know. And she'll look around the room.
As you look around the room, your chairs come sliding in. You're now this close. The man who is just looking at you, Fetch, just screaming at you, leans forward, bites you on the nose. You take
Oh.
1 damage.
Hey, PJ, funny
Yeah.
you said that. I was going to do the same thing.
No!
You know what? Roll to hit for me as well. You guys just trading bites like Mike Tyson.
You're trading
I
each other's
headbutt
noses.
him. I headbutt him. It's great. It's glorious.
Awful.
Roll to hit.
All right, that's going to be a 13 to hit.
13 to hit. Yeah, like some really absurd Punch and Judy show. You guys are just trading blows like teeth and head. You headbutt him in the nose. You see blood immediately pop out of his sinus cavities like someone popped a balloon, and he just wheels back as it stays on his face like a bib of red mess, and he, knowing that he is completely just, you can see this look of resignation on his face, and under his breath, he just huffs out and he says, "If you do go to the abyss, and I see you there, I bite off your whole damn head and spit down your throat, little boy." And then Magadon just goes, "My, oh my." I hesitate to ask, but who is the one that we put on the plate for this one?
I think the entire class is going to agree on this one.
Yep.
Everyone voting for Crank Person number 2?
Who's the last person to vote?
The last person to vote is Crank Person 4, who is looking like he just saw his extended family say some horrendous things during Thanksgiving.
Fair
Just-
enough. Thank you.
I knew him. That was Cherry. He was
He's
my cousin.
full
Still processing that.
full Pikachu meme.
Yeah. Huh? And as the sable fire, the bruise flame starts to overtake him, his hatred, his seething words they do not cease until there's nothing left of his body. And sure enough, as it pierces the veil of fire, you see a little demon inside of him who just goes, "Fuck you." And then
I spit on that one too as it's burning.
I'm a cheeky one.
Oh, you're really close too. So you definitely hit him. I was impressed you guys spit at each other from what I can only assume is like 20 feet away when the chairs are fully back. If we're all 10 feet away from each other, that means he's got to be at least.
Projectile.
Can I
Yeah, it
also
was
just-
impressive.
Yeah, can I also just say I'm envisioning every one of these worms like the Freddy Krueger dream worms.
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, the same creature almost. And not to brag, but I've definitely gotten some sweet arcs. So I think we could say they just kind of dive bombed each other.
Ah.
All right. That being said, Magadon takes Crank Person 2. Your chairs go back. You hear Magadon kind of cackle, and you get the feeling that you're close to an end if you can keep guessing right and keep people. Otherwise, you may accidentally feed him the wrong person.
We have
That
2 more
being
worms.
6 minutes. 2 more worms.
At this point, I'm assuming that like the demons might be getting more powerful. So I'm just gonna say in Abyssal, for any of you that can hear and understand me right now, you know what the truth is. You know what's inside of you. If you want to leave this place on your own terms by speaking up to save others, I would consider doing so now, because as you can see, we will find you anyway. Do it with dignity.
I'm gonna make a check really fast. If this were a bar brawl, all of you would be at equal distance across, weapons drawn, eyes narrowed, the adrenaline kicking in, survival instincts taking over. No one speaks. Instead, they just stare at each other across the 10-foot circle, just figuring out who is next.
No takers then. I'll say that in common.
You see they all kind of like a bit of a shrug, like we don't know what that's a reference to, but sure, as their eyes do not break from scanning all of you.
Coming down from his anger rush, Fetch is gonna pray for a little bit of guidance.
Okay.
I'm assuming religion.
Yeah.
Dope. Adam, sneeze first. Thank you. All right, it's gonna be at 18. 17 plus 1.
Okay, 18. You're praying for guidance. Is there any god in particular you're trying to invoke with this prayer?
I think Ali, just because, like, thinking back to Brother Bastion, I think he initially sends a prayer to Brother Bastion and then, like, realizes, you know what? No, Ali. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I woke up this morning in a gutter expecting to pull a score with the old man that's been taking care of me past month, and then he died. And then went around the corner and everyone keeps dying. And I don't know what to do anymore, and I need just a little bit of help. Just anything.
Sister Bastion's gonna once again gonna say another prayer of Eileen, going, I ask for all of us that we may be strengthened by the love of Eileen to unite us through this terrible circumstances. Give us the courage to be putting each other before ourselves and not to be fractured over the conflicts of evil. We need you, Eileen, in every aspect of community, and in your name we pray to you.
Okay. So, really fast, because we're going to do that 18 religion check that Makai had. You are reaching out to Brother Bastion and Eile. You, in looking for guidance, you find a moment of peace and clarity as they tell you the community, when strong and loving one another and helps each other, they have nothing to fear. You must have faith that someone in the community loves you, and together you will overcome any conflict. Peace will be how you get through this. Michael, were you looking to do a roll of that prayer? Because I heard a clicking.
Yes.
Give me that number pretty quick. What is it?
That is a 16.
16. Yeah, as you pray, dead silence. People are just staring at each other.
Let's all name a god. I'll start. Iodex. And just waiting, Reginald is waiting for the next person to just say something.
All right, so Bloody Person 3, who is covered in blood still, goes, that crazy bastard on the gold slab in the beast, what's his name? Betsa. Yeah, Betsa. That's a devil for you.
It did not help his case.
In Celestial, I'm gonna turn to him and say, "Takes one to know one, huh?"
You say it to the Blade Person? He just kind of goes, I don't know what. Does anyone know what they said? I don't really speak common.
Yeah, he said your mother's and then she says an expletive, but she says this in Abyssal.
Okay,
Is
give me
there
a
any
deception check.
reaction?
Give me a deception check.
What a
With a layup and a slam dunk.
That's a dirty 20.
oh!
The minute you say that in Abyssal, he turns and he goes, "You what? My mother's a saint." Probably not. She's been dead for a while. But you know what? You don't get to judge my mom. You don't know her. And then he kind of goes, "Wait a minute. Oh, damn it." And he just realized 100% he gave himself out. And he just kind of goes, "All right, look, whatever. Sure, I'm probably a demon at this point. I have killed a lot of people today, but I deserve this."
I'm sure your mother's a nice lady. I'm sorry.
And the timer goes off. So you guys ratchet forward. You're like 3 feet away from each other's face, and the guy's just sitting there laughing, kind of. Hi, guess what? Art. That's
Good
what.
one.
That's what I think of you all. Magadon pops up, at least from like the vessel of the malefactor, and asks, "Who are you voting for to kill?" The bloody person's like, "Oh, mate, it's me. It's bloody me, mate."
Just like Godspeed.
Everyone votes for bloody person 3,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bloody person 3.
and then
Bloody person 3.
as the kind of bruised flame takes him once more, and before his lips and teeth and lungs are gone, he says, "Before I go, something I really want you to ponder. There's only one person left who's innocent, one person left who's not, and 4 bastards sentencing all of you to death. Now, I don't know which one's which, but I'd be real keen to play a lot more closer to your chest before you have to go off to the great hells. Toodles."
Toodles.
And you see the little head pop out, and it just goes. "That's really a shame too. I'd like to get you all a drink, but hey, pop off, yeah."
What's his name? Jeremy. What's the demon's name? Jeremy.
No, Michael, not everyone that you don't like is a Jeremy.
Hey, I actually do have a good friend who is named Jeremy.
I have some good
Shout
friends
out to
named
the good
Jeremy
one.
too. This is not.
Sorry
This
to
is
all
not.
Jeremys.
This is not Jeremy slander.
DJ's fault.
It's my world.
100%
Oh.
Jeremy slander. All Jeremys out. Leave.
And then again, the chairs rock back on their gears. You have 6 minutes left starting now. This will either play out in you solving the puzzle and getting rid of the last demon, or you killing an innocent person. 6 minutes on the clock. What do you do?
So again, Iodex.
So the Shuni dog goes, "I lay?" And the other goes, "Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's bullcrap." A crank person goes, You honestly expect me to sit here and watch a softball like that? This person has been going on and on about the community. They could be lying off their asses. Y'all have been praying. Come on, that's an easy one.
Name a god.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll name a god. Oh God, I went to church just the other week. Who did I pray to?
Name a god in Abyssal.
The big metal one who's angry all the time.
Oh yes, you're thinking about, and then I'll say a god's name in Abyssal.
All right, give me a deception check.
16.
16. He
Nice.
looks you. He looks at you for a second, and then kind of does it with his eyes. He goes, "Sure, that one. I guess. I don't know what they said."
Insight.
All right, make a perception check.
Percepzione. He's one of
Oh,
these
also
days.
do that.
Woman.
Oh, but my perception
yeah.
was a nat one.
And that
No.
one.
For perception, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately,
It is a 17 from me. 16 plus 1.
Okay, 17. Yeah, this guy's trying to be witty. He's trying to play the game. He's not stupid. He's lying.
Also, PJ, this is probably redundant, but I rolled a dirty 20. Can I have a name of a god who has a good relationship with Eiley in your world?
I mean, all of them tend to love them. Oh, but Shulg, being the hunt, and Nadir being nature, kind of all giving to the community, whether it's game or produce, vegetation.
Sister Bestian goes, Nadine, of course.
I would like to.
Mhm.
I would like to intimidate the one that I caught lying, and I'm just gonna turn to him and say, in Celestial, so when I send you to your friends, do you want me to send you personally, or do you want to go with the purple flame?
Give me that intimidation check.
I rolled an 18 plus 1.
Love to see it. So, as you yell at them in Celestial about, like, do you want the purple flame to take you? Do you want me to take you? They seem like they're playing it cool, calm and ready, and then suddenly they just have like this moment. What was that? I don't. What was that? You said something. Was that me? I don't recognize that language, but if you're threatening me, mate, and we survive this, I'll find you. I'll freaking find you, mate.
Why do you need to find me? I'm right here.
The minute we get out of these chains, I'll stomp you like a toad.
Oh, I'd like to see you try, you big man. You big man with your heavy boots and the demon in your spine and the traitor in your blood.
PJ,
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a perception check, and Sister Bestian's gonna say to the man in a threatening tone, but she's really gonna just be naming off a grocery list.
A grocery, like an actual grocery list?
Yeah,
Or like,
yeah.
okay.
My idea is basically deception. If she makes it sound threatening, does the man actually just doesn't understand, or he understands and just reacting off of it in confusion, kind of
Okay, and what language is this in again?
celestial.
Got it. All right, make the deception check.
Okay, I got an 18.
18. So you're just in Celestial with like milk, eggs, bread, cheese, meat, bacon, and he just kind of like recoils with each word, and he's just like, I don't know what you're saying, but really, I don't appreciate the tone of voice in which you're saying it to me right now. It's a little harsh on the ears, and if you keep doing this, I'll rip your tonsils out of your throat so you don't do it again.
Touch a single hair on my sister's head, I'll remove each and one of your fingernails individually and turn them into a dagger and plunge it into your eye.
I'll come back, Rochelle.
A
little crazy.
You get this feeling that like a fight has broken out at this point. Like Rochelle, you do see this point the agitation, the rage. Crank Person 4 recoils completely under the name of Rochelle, but just keeps spitting like threats. Just here's Rochelle, and it's almost like a punch to the jaw as he just whips his head back, and he just goes, "All right, fine. Is it just me, or are you all really keen to become violent, like you're scared? Possibly, I don't know, being found out." Still recoiling from the name of Rochelle.
Really quick.
I'm just naming gods. I'm following through with my only plan. I don't know why you're coming after me all of a sudden.
Really quick. So could the Sister Bestian tell that the guy was pained by hearing celestial, or just the threatening tone?
Well, unfortunately, as you're looking for that answer, the chairs all come in. You're now about 3 feet away from each other, and this guy is just like laying out the defenses. He's like, all of you this entire time have been looking for people systematically. If I was to ever point out that someone was in cahoots, because they're demons, it has to be these 4. I mean, look at them. They've sentenced everyone to death.
And we
we
were
are
always right. So there.
Magadon joins the room again, the malefactor kind of body convulsing like a puppet, asking again who to put on the plates.
Yeah, I think Reginald just immediately points at that guy. I don't know what else he would do at this point.
Same.
But this is not Sister Bestian telling the group, just her knowing it. Was he in pain from Celestial, or was he pissed off because he just doesn't understand what she was saying?
What do you take from that interaction, Michael? What do you get out of it?
I'm gonna go with the Celestial thing. Sister Bestian goes, that was just dinner last week.
Okay. So you're voting for the crank person
Yeah.
for? Okay. And I want to make sure, guys. So Ian, Sam, Michael, Makai, are you voting for crank person 4?
Oh
Yeah.
1,000%. So again, the kind of bruise flame, that purple fire, starts to envelop them. And as it does, they kind of start to chuckle. You know what? This isn't even my old eye. In about 100 years, 1,000 years, I'll probably be back. And the good thing is, I'll remember this. As the fire takes them from this world, and a little demon mouth just kind of goes, see you next time. Vanishes.
You
With
take your dewormer medication, everyone.
so with that, the chains drop from your bodies. You're finally able to get out of the chair. The malefactor looks at everyone now, their senses back to them. They walk over to the door. They put their hand on it, and they almost through brute strength pulls this metal door right off the hinges. Pushes it right off the hinges. And offers a big hand, pointing into the next room, saying nothing, but quietly looking at you 5 survivors.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking back to whenever not Celestial, whenever Abyssal was spoken, did I understand any of it?
Not that you are aware of, but honestly, you had so many different conversations happening that you almost seemed to, at that point, pick up the intent, not the language, if that makes sense.
All right.
And out of character, I think I kind of want to use our most recent bot's name as a character name.
Oh, Seiza?
Yeah, it's a good name. That's a good name for a character.
Well, they are banned, so we will ban Seiza to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, we are going into the third and final room.
Oh, and Sister Bestian's gonna help her, the one remaining Shuni brother. Goes, who is? All right, Brother Hal, are you okay? Are you okay? And just say he's a Siberian Husky.
Okay.
Hey, brother, how?
Yes.
I love
Good.
it.
Nice. I love him.
Hal with the E.
Oh.
Nice.
So you go into the third room. This room is barren. All you see is a door. The other side of the room. Nothing else. Until the malefactor walks into the center, snaps their finger, and you see a sable flame once again grow betwixt their fingers. And the voice of Magathon echoes from their body one last time.
In the end, there can only be one. Survive alone and leave. If you do not try, then I will take you. I hope I've made this very clear. Now, would you kindly fight to live for me?
Sister Bestian just kind of spits on the floor. Never for you, but we shall live for the others who we have lost along the way.
Reginald bolts for the door on the other side of the room.
You do. Sheer metal, no handle, clean surface.
Okay.
as the sable flame fades, you see the knife that Corin was carrying on them, now no longer on their person.
What?
The malefactor puts the knife on the ground, takes 5 steps back to their back is against the wall.
I go
Only
for it.
one.
I go for the knife.
Roll initiative. Only one can survive.
$15.
4.
Just perception, I'm assuming.
Yep.
I got a 17.
You got a 15.
Okay, Makai, what is your dexterity modifier?
0.
And say, Sam, what's your dexterity modifier?
1.
Ooh, she's gonna go before you. Okay. Now, this game is very simple. Last person standing wins. There's a knife in the room. 5 of you. Who's gonna get that door? Who's gonna get to see tomorrow? Starting off with Ian. This is just like combat. You have 3 rounds. Simple fight.
Okay. And so anything beforehand we don't have on our person anymore, right? Since the knife was placed, I'm sure that all the other things that we may have concealed on our body are now gone.
That is correct. The only weapon
Right.
in this room is the one knife.
Great. Okay. First action, the jacket that Reginald is wearing, he's going to... Oh. Yeah. I was trying to remember. No, I threw my cape on fire at the mosquitoes, but I used my jacket and placed it over another person so I could still have my jacket. Okay. He's going to wrap it around his right arm. Like a big padded, like... and then I think he's going to actually move towards Fetch and saying, if we're all on one side, she has to come at all of us together. And then he's going to wait. Hopefully Fetch doesn't walk away.
All right. So Ian is going for some tactics. I'd love to see it. Next up is Sam. Sam, you got the knife. You see Ian's character start to kind of whisper something to Fetch, and you start to kind of understand, oh, they're making a plot. What do you do?
I go for the knife. I pick it up. I say, it is mine. So I should have it. And I'm going to just kind of back away from everyone and look around and say, is there any other way out? Is this really it? Do you want us to kill each other? She'll say it in Abyssal as well. Like be straight about it. Do you want me to kill these people?
You get the subconscious feeling again from Magadon as they seem to almost give you the idea of, I don't remember stuttering. I thought I was very clear about this. Ambition is a singular energy. You have to survive, and you have to do that by killing.
After asking that question, I look to everyone, and I look to the other Shuni priest, the Husky, and I go for his throat.
Roll to hit.
I like Sam taking the easy way out. I'll take out the NPC so I don't feel super bad.
It's a 12.
A 12. That will hit. The knife should be a D4. D4 plus strength mod.
Still got my eyeball dice for the creepy. Let's see. Steve plus strength mod. Oh, I don't have any strength bonus, so that's a 2.
It's 2 damage. Oh, you take a deep cut into their neck and collarbone. They are bloodied. they'll be dead on another solid hit. Maybe 2.
How many actions do I have? Because that was just
3 total for combat. So you attacked, you have 2 more. You can move, you can attack again with the penalty.
I'm going to say, how do we know that he doesn't have one in him too? And I'll do it again. Attack again.
Okay, that'll be a -4.
Okay, that is that's a 10 to hit.
That will hit. Roll damage, 1d4.
3 points.
3 points. They are at 1 HP as they're just holding onto their wound, like dropping to one knee.
I will attempt to kind of kick them to the ground and to go for like a killing blow.
Okay. I will basically hand wave that you kick them down. This will make them flat-footed. Roll to hit with a -8.
I'm gonna fish up my eyeball d20 for this one, because it feels
Oh, no.
right.
Just like you fished out the eyeball of the guy in the first room.
Oh, the -8. That's 11.
That hits. Yeah. Roll damage.
It's a 4.
It is.
Tell us-
It is heck.
Tell us the bloody tale of how you slaughtered this
no.
Shuni priest.
So after having grabbed the knife and justifying the reason to have it, and she says all these things and starts slicing away and kicks him to the ground, and like as he's on the ground, she has the knife over him and says, "It's what Magadon wants." And I'll stab him in the chest.
All right, and the priest, as they fall, their last words to Sister Bastian is, "The community has crumbled. There is no God here. Live or die is your choice now. Be strong." And dies, passing on the bloody knife of Sam's character. Next up is Makai. Makai, your turn. What are you gonna do?
So I'm gonna go up to the Shoni that to the Shoni that just ate it, and without really looking up at Corin, you know, I never really liked nobles much. I had a bad habit of spitting on me and my friends when we were just trying to play. But you were still the nicest one I ever met. And I don't want to hurt you. All of you are some of the sweetest people. And we didn't deserve any of this. I can't. I don't. And he just collapses, and he grabs the Shoni's holy symbol. Grabs the Shoni's holy symbol, and just gives a quick prayer of, "Brother Bastion, Lady Amande, save me a spot at the dinner table, and protect my friends if they get out of here."
All right. So that will be your full turn, correct?
I'll make a blood sacrifice if I have the time, but
All right. So,
I feel like that's all my actions.
all right. No, right now you are doing that. You hear a voice in your head, something, a reminder of something that happened earlier as you hear this intent. Those who are cowards or nobles will be punished. Don't be a coward. Don't be a noble person. And you remember, this is what the malefactor was saying as Macedon was warning you, that there'll be punishment if you refuse. And you feel like there's like this nagging warning. That being said, moving on to the next person in the initiative is Mike. Michael, what do you do?
How many actions will it take for Sister Bastion, where she is, to get to the door?
The door in this room has no handle and cannot be opened.
Yeah, but how many action would that take?
Maybe one.
Okay, I'm going to take one action
Mm-hmm.
to get to the door.
Okay.
Wait, rewind. Before she moves to the door, she's gonna yell out at Corn when she basically kills Brother Hal.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're playing into his game. There's always another way. And then just kind of looks over the door and then takes the one action to get to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then second action is going to be use basically the arcane sense detect magic on the door.
No magic.
No magic.
You
Okay.
don't feel any. Just looks like a door.
Second action, just going to investigate. Is there any seams in the door at all?
Nope. It is
So-
literally just slide right into the infrastructure of the wall.
So there's not even any hinges or
Nope.
no crack below. It's just all airtight.
Yep. You are trapped in a room with a woman who's already killed someone. You have no weapons. You have spent an action going to the door. You don't see any possible way to move this door from the inside.
Wait. Oh. She's going to start from the area next to the door, the wall. Just basically, she's just going to be checking, moving along, just seeing if there's any.
Okay. So let me make sure I describe this. You have a wall, right?
Uh-huh.
The door is not separate from the wall. It's inside the wall. It's like a sliding track,
Mhm.
and it starts
Oh, okay.
inside in the wall, and it moves into the wall. If that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Could she start from where she is now? Just honestly, she's knows that she's probably gonna die, but can't get in good conscious. She's gonna start checking the wall to see if there's from where she is to check for any secret switches or anything.
Sure. I will save us some time and say that that's your turn, and you don't
Okay.
find any hidden switches,
Alright.
unfortunately.
Alright.
Next initiative, Ian, at the top of it. What are you gonna do? Oh, Ian, you're muted.
You're muted. Yeah. Don't
Yeah,
hear you.
it might be on the hardware device. Oh, wait, there we go. Try it now.
Nope.
No. It might be on like the little.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
I was slightly unplugged. I was like, it's blue. It should be okay. I think that since it seems like Fetch may have given up in this fight, Reginald is actually going to like wrap the jacket up, taking it off his arm and holding it across like he could possibly like fend somebody off, hopefully catching their arm with it. And he's going to try to get the knife out of Corin's hand.
Okay. Give me an athletics check. This will go against Corin's Fortitude DC to disarm the weapon.
Ooh, nope. Its athletics overall is going to be a 5.
Total of 5.
Yeah.
Sam, what's your Fortitude bonus at?
My fortitude bonus is -1.
So unfortunately, while you're close, you're still about 4 points shy of being able to disarm them with the thing. You can have. I'll give you one more action left. Your choice.
I'll try again. I might as
Okay.
well.
All right.
I got a 17.
Yeah. So the first time you wrap it up, you run over, you make a wide double arm swing, doesn't quite get it. Then after that's done, you come back, bring it down along the wrist, wrap it down underneath the arm, turn with your full hip. The knife comes out of your hand, Sam. She is disarmed. Your turn is done. Next up, Sam, you have been disarmed. You have no weapon. You have a person right there in front of you who is a strong person. What are you going to do?
I am going to try to push him prone. Like push him to the ground.
Okay, give me an athletics check versus his Fortitude DC.
Athletics. That's a 7.
total. What is your Fortitude DC?
Well, I don't get anything because I don't have a class, and my con is a 10, so it is a 10.
The 7 unfortunately does not beat a 10. You try to grab them and put you into the ground. You can't quite. You still have 2 actions left.
I'm gonna deck him.
All right, roll to hit.
Is there no bonus for that?
Strength bonus.
Oh, strength. Yeah, but that's 0. So that is a 6.
6.
Unfortunately, not. No, my AC is a 13.
Alas. Okay.
1 action left.
When I miss, I am going to dive and just attempt to get the knife.
Okay. So you do not have the attack of opportunity ability. So what we're going to say is you're going to give me an acrobatics check to tumble through that space. Just to get there.
That's a 10.
Okay. You are a few points shy of the DC, so you definitely are in front of the weapon, but you do not have it in your possession.
Okay, and then I'll say, listen, we know how this game goes. I'm just doing what I have to do. I'm doing what he asks me to do.
I think Reginald is just kind of lowers their shoulders and just looks at her and says, I came at you first.
Next up, Makai, you get this sense in your mind. This voice just says, last warning. Stand up and play the game, or I'll take you out of it.
And the warning was...
The warning was if you do not participate, if you try to nobly remove yourself or cowardly remove yourself from the game, that there will be a punishment from Magadon himself. You get a really bad vibe about that.
All right, I'm gonna go grab the knife then.
All right, give me an acrobatics check to run and pick it up.
That's gonna be a 14.
You hit the
plus
DC
0.
right on the head as you run and snatch it right out of Sam's hands. I believe at a 13, so they were just shy. So you run, you pick it up. You have 2 actions left. You have a prone Corin and Reginald nearby, and a Shuni all the way in the corner who does not seem to be aggressing. What do you do?
And it's just 3 in this room. What if I attack the demon?
If you want to attack the malefactor, go right ahead. You can try.
All right, PJ. I was just gonna stab Sam. I was just gonna arc down and stab Sam in the face, but you've given me an opportunity to do something dumb. So
Go ahead.
we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
All right. Roll to hit.
Sam saved Corin's life by throwing shoes at a demon, so I mean,
Sam can
we've all been there.
Sam, I'm so sorry. It was evens, you die. Odds, I attack the malefactor. I rolled a 2.
So
I
we're
stabbed Sam.
we
Or
stab Sam.
Yeah, I stabbed Corin.
Roll to
You
hit.
can certainly try.
Yeah. Roll to hit. They are prone, so they will take the AC penalty.
Am I prone? I just went to get the knife.
Yeah, you dove for it, right?
Oh. Well,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I wasn't trying to get on the ground. I was just trying to get dodge and grab it. But
Okay.
All right,
Makai, what?
It's just it's a dex weapon, so yeah, just 11.
11. Sam, what's your AC?
11.
That will hit. Makai, roll damage against Sam's health. Should be a D4 plus strength mod.
D4 strength. Let's go. Is it? Do I subtract damage if it's a -1?
Yep.
I hate it here.
Welcome to being gnome.
So that's a 2.
Sam, you take 2 damage. No, you have. Are you at full HP, Sam, or are you not at full HP?
I don't think any of us are because of the rats
Yeah.
and the well.
That's a very good point.
I have
But it,
I have 5 on my sheet, so
Okay.
it would be maybe less than that, but I don't know.
I don't really care. I was
Yeah,
just like, I was looking over and I'm like, I don't think any of us technically are.
I will say for the sake of time that the damage residuals from the crank are not there, so you're at 3 out of 5 HP.
Second
Now-
attack.
Wait, what?
There you go.
You're
have
at 3 after the attack,
Okay.
just as if you had full health.
Yes.
That's gonna be a 15.
15.
15 on the die. So what am I subtracting?
That'll be subtracting 4 from the roll.
So 11.
Mm-hmm. Believe that still hits your AC, Sam.
What was the number?
11.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Makai, roll damage 1d4.
It's like I want to win, but I still feel bad when somebody else is playing the game with me.
Makai, how much is it?
4 minus 1.
1 minus 1.
No, it's 4 minus 1.
Oh.
That's a different story.
So, Makai, tell us the bloody tale of how you kill Corin in survival.
So there's a mad dash for this knife. 2 people dive for it, and there's a small scrabble as one tries to wrench it from the other, and the smaller one ends up on top and just, oh, what I just was, I'm sorry, right into the heart, and just another slap further in.
Before she dies, you see like her snarl, and I don't know if you had noticed before, her like vampiric teeth in her mouth. And PJ, maybe I could get just like a little nibble, a little bite off just before I go. Just a little ounce right in that hand for a parting gift for later.
I'll tell you what, roll to hit. We'll see if you can actually nail the hand.
Okay. Just leave something behind. That is just a hit.
Would it help if I say I let it happen?
If you agree, then sure. We'll say between the two of
Agree.
you, as you stab her and apologize, Corin bites you right on that part of your hand. And
Gross.
it's with the ferocious last effort of like a beast before it dies, and then gently the mouth relaxes and they fall down dead as these 2 puncture wounds are now protruding from the web of your hand meat.
I'm sorry. And he's still just muttering this as
Oh,
he
God.
gets up and just shakily starts pointing towards both, like pointing from Reginald back to Sister Bestie, and then he's just like darting between the two, just like, I'm sorry.
All right. Michael, your turn. What are you going to do?
It might end up being 2 recon knowledge rolls because I'm not sure which one to use. Either library lore, maybe you can help. Either library lore or religion recon knowledge. I want to find out, does like Magadon have, you know how in a lot of lore you could basically play a game against death, like, you know, chess game or something like that?
Yeah.
Something along the lines of that will supersede, like he has to follow those rules.
Okay. Well, let me say this. The rules you understand is that only one of you can live.
Uh-huh.
So you know that if you were to reach out to Magadon and try to change those rules or force him by it, then again, only one of you is allowed to be alive and leave.
You know what? I want to see. You know what? I'm gonna roll to see if there is a law that Sister Bestian can invoke, because for her, she would rather fight against the devil than fight against the community.
All right, give me a religion check really fast.
That is 21.
21. Yeah, you've read the Astrogenicon a ton. You don't really see any instance where this is a thing, but you do hear Magadon kind of slowly try and influence you and say, if you would like to, I will take you from this game. I will give you a quick way out.
Give me a second. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna flip the coin for, but I'm gonna flip a coin.
Okay. We'll know when you flip it.
All right. Sister Bestian, in her mind, talks to Magna and goes, I will allow, how about this counter offer? I will let you take me,
Mm-hmm.
body and soul. I'll allow you to corrupt one of an Asimar, Shuni Asimar of Aili. You allow the other two to leave, and any hold you have over the soul of Corin, you will give up.
The hubris of mortals are so entertaining. My lessers already own a celestial beast more powerful than your blood will ever be. My brother served beside me in the Great War, the war for the 7 golden glories. I have killed angels, I have killed demons, and I have even killed devils. You think I care about who you are? You think you have some economy in my world? If you do, it's because you are fun to torture. Her soul is mine, not because I want it, but because I get it. And their lives are only theirs if they choose to survive. If they walk away, I will take them whole to the hells, and I will eat them like popcorn. So, little dog, I make you a deal. You kill your friends and risk living, or you walk away and have a peaceful, hellish life in my world. These are your offers. This is your ultimatum. You do not talk to a greater devil lord and the best friend of Azamat and the betrayed like this. So, little dog, please. What do you choose?
God damn it. No coin. Head, she takes the deal, tells she goes after someone.
All right.
After that.
Oh no.
That coin disappeared. We're flipping another coin.
Okay. What is it?
Heads, she takes the deal.
Okay. Suddenly, all the rage and bravado immediately melts like snow in July, and this gentle hand kind of just traces along your cheek and scruffs under your chin, and you see Magadon with his one eye missing and his long horns as he goes, good dog, yes. These choices are hard. They are for the ambitious, not the soft of heart. Come with me. I will give you a piece of a kind. Come with me. And as they wrap an arm around you, you see the Shuni sitting there, and a wreath of sable flame surrounds them. They don't burn. They don't turn to ash. They just vanish to the floor. And the Shuni is gone.
Can I have one parting word to Magadon?
Give
Really
your
quick.
last words. Yes, please.
Sister Bastion, feeling dejected, she has failed in her quest to live a pious life, to follow the teachings of Aili. Just looks towards Magna and goes, and sighs, damn you, for you have damned me.
Oh, you will learn what those words really mean. and the Shuni is gone. Top of the next round, Ian. It is you and Fetch and a knife between you.
The Fetch has the knife. I'm gonna go out with an all-out attack and figure out if I can get this thing done. I don't know what else to do. I don't think there's any convincing anybody to put down a knife and just let me walk out of here. So running over to actually I'm gonna roll a perception check first. You know what? I got a 13. The flame that's in the brazier above the middle of this room, are there coals? Or is it just being held? Like, is it just like magically like just a metal dish with a flame sitting in it?
There is coals in that dish. The
Right.
flame was natural before the sable flame overtook it.
Okay. So running past or running to Fetch, Reginald is going to take the jacket and slap it over the top of his head, smacking the brazier, hopefully throwing coals in the direction of Fetch. And maybe catching this jacket on fire.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check. Here's how we're going to play it. If you get a total between 10 and 15, successfully, you will strike these at Fetch.
Okay.
If you get 17 and above, your coat will be on fire.
Okay. Oof. I got a 13. Oh, wait. Dex is tied to... You said acrobatics?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 15.
That's good. That's the threshold
That's-
of not
okay.
catching your jacket on fire.
Okay, so the coals have gone off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm hoping to use that as an advantage. I don't know if it'll give me an advantage on an attack check by throwing coals at him or not.
I will say, Fetch, if you don't mind, that these hot burning coals overwhelm you and your survival instincts kick in. You are flat-footed for this round only.
Right.
Tiny. It makes sense.
I'm going to make 2 attacks then with
What does
my
flat-footed
last
mean,
2.
real quick?
It basically takes your AC and -2 to it. What's your AC currently?
Yeah, 10. I don't
10.
have any armor or anything.
Number to beat is 8.
Okay. I guess I'll strike him twice. I don't know what a fist does, actually, but here it comes. I got an 11 on the die.
Okay.
Yep.
That'll definitely hit. 1d4 plus strength modifier, non-lethal damage.
Okay. 1.
1. Okay. 1 damage. You take 1 damage, Makai. Second hit.
I'm going to hit him again, I guess. And 18 on the die face.
That is a critical. So give me 2d4.
Oh, right.
Give me 2d4 and multiply your modifier by 2.
So the 2d4 comes out to 4, and my strength modifier is a 0.
Okay. Makai, do you have 5 HP?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have more or less than 5 HP?
I have more.
More. Good. You take 5 damage as these blows just land on you with a sound and loud thud. Since you still have HP, you're not unconscious yet.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, I did my math right.
All right. All right. Your turn.
Your turn.
You have the knife. Roll to hit.
Right. Fingers crossed. All right, first attack. All right.
It's a natural 20.
Oh, coming back with another crit. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, but that was a natural 20 on the last one.
Okay.
The
That
first
makes it
one.
worse. Sorry.
The first one was a 17. No, I don't have any add-ins. So yeah, 16. I thought I had a +1 for some reason. And then the second one was a 14 minus 4, 10, 16. Yeah, they all hit.
I have a 13 AC, so 2 of the 3 hit.
Yeah.
But the critical makes up for it. So
Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. So the first hit will be 1d4 plus strength mod. If it's a negative, we're gonna put that into account. So let's roll that first.
So is it-
1d4.
But like it's a dex weapon. Why is it?
In Pathfinder, melee damage is based off strength.
Gross.
Yeah. It's gonna be that 1d4.
All right, that's gonna be 3 minus 1, 2.
2 damage. Now, 2 damage. The second one is gonna be 2d4. And since you have a negative, I'm gonna remove that and say no negative, no positive, just 2d4 damage.
Okay. That's a 4 and a 3. That's a 4 and a 3. Ian, goodbye.
And so the first hit was how much?
3
Was
damage.
3.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's 7, 8, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
Did we take the damage over from being a rat from the rats?
No, we're not taking that into account.
Then you've hit me for exactly the amount of HP I have.
All right. Now, Makai, tell me the bloody tale of how you conquer Reginald. And Reginald, after he's done, I want to hear your last words. Starting with Makai, how do you do it?
I think true to what you said, the sparks go off and I sort of just go into survival mode and I just run forward. I just run forward, and with the knife still being extended straight forward in front of me, I just run straight into his stomach. And as he keels over, I see him on the floor and I'm just like, I'm sorry. And right into his throat.
Ian, what are your final words?
I think Reginald, he simply says, for his last words, there was always going to be one monster too great. And then dies.
Oh
As Reginald dies, and shaking as Fetch retrieves the knife, shock overcoming them, toes cold, hands almost numb. The door, you hear this sound of something unlatched from the other side, and the steel door opens up. The malefactor takes notice and points to the open door. As you walk, your hands covered in the blood of people who have helped you survive the night, you see the city of Enshelator. The fires are smoldering. The bodies lay cold. Blood is drying as it goes from crimson red to that kind of dusty ash. And all around the door, you find 7 noble families wearing robes, wearing masks. They turn to you. They nod. And they take you by the hand. And they say, "Welcome to the 7 noble families of Enshelator. You are now one of us. May you bask in the glory, and may you keep our secrets sacred. Fetch, you have now become rich beyond your wildest dreams, powerful beyond your even knowing." And then as you take their hands in confusion, no honest love in your heart, just confusion, you look and you see the sun, this fiery ball of orange gold, rise from the horizon. And as it rises, you see this almost like beacon of light peering from it, and it blinds all of you. White out as your senses become dull. And when you come to, you are wearing the robes of princes. Gnome people around you, gnome family that you've always known. They've always been there, laughing as they hand you another drink. As you feed on food, you look around the city high atop the 7 noble manors, and you see a beautifully perfect, pristine Enshelator. With all the memories of the horror, the friends that you have killed, and those you've witnessed die, erased from your minds like a leaf lost in the river. And as this happens, you see Maritza Rasuchin, the woman who started the bloodied night, across your table. She raises a glass of red wine that looks like blood, and she says, "The fallen 9 and the family 7, may they keep this world powerful, pristine, and safe. Or at least until next year. Isn't that right, Al Muhammad?" And there you see a man with a long red coat adjust his glasses. That was the deal. Yes, once a year, and he looks to you every year. But I am late. I need to go back to where I'm from. Happy Halloween, everyone. Happy Crimson Carnival. And that is where we end the 3-part series we had this Halloween of the Crimson Carnage of Enchelator with Fetch as a
question.
noble. No, yes, hit me with that question.
Does he become a Dampier? Because I bit him.
No, however, one of the bits I'd like to say, as he's holding on to his glass, he does see a familiar 2 puncture wounds on the web of his hand that he seems to feel like has always been there, but he can't remember how he got it. Maybe a little souvenir. Now, that being said, thank you so much. Oh, there's one last little scene. Somewhere in the 9th circle of hell, it's cold, very, very cold. You see this sable flame churning in a hearth, and you see a very tall, familiar body with this face that's almost horribly twisted and torn into a grotesque and delightful smile. It's almost time. It's almost time. To think that a prince shall have a princess. Oh, Magadan, you are such a good god to me. Such a good god to me. After all, I'm such a nice guy. And then from the fire comes a little Shuni priestess, horribly corrupted. You're right. And I am the wolf in sheep's clothing. And Magadan just kind of claps. Yes. To the prince witch, and the princess priestess of hell. Join me. We have such tortures to show these people. And that is where we're going to be officially ending it.
I hate it here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so sorry to ruin your week. Don't worry. Next week, we're going to do something fun and stupid. It's going to be what we do in the shadows. It's going to be great.
I quit D&D.
And I believe what we're calling is the dark things we do. So have fun with us in the dark things we do. And of course, Fetch lives in whatever capacity he can remember. And let us call it here with an exit introduction, starting with Mr. Michael Powell. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
I was going to say, technically, very technically, Sister Bestian did survive the sting.
Fine,
last game I
survive.
did say that I was going to reveal some lore of the Shunies.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, the lore is all the Shunies were previously from a all Shuni battalion called the Strays.
Oh,
And all Shuni
And all
Italian?
Battalion.
Italian.
Battalion. Got it.
Yeah,
They're
That
Italian
all-
Shunies.
Mhm.
Mamma
that
mia.
became
That's what I thought.
part of the Order of Eileen. So that's
Aw.
the story behind all the Shuni Azamars.
And then they all died.
They all died.
Hey, there were only 10. The battalion's more than 10 people. So
And then they all died.
anyway,
But-
I'm Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. Or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff like my YouTube channel, Fantastic Tales of Adventure, and my new horror YouTube channel called Dastardly Tales of Horror. And on Thursdays, you can also find me on Toyzilla Network at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for toy news, and every other Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on a Johannahan Twitch channel for basically Mighty Max the TTRPG with yours truly as the Mighty One himself.
Nice. Next up, I want to hear from Ian. Ian, tell me who you are and where I can find you in that sweet, sweet internet.
My name is Ian. On the internet, I go by Bearded Scald. You can find me by that name in our Discord and Twitter. to follow through with a few other things that I said I would do. Tomorrow, I'm going to be posting our location for our first craft fair on the 30th of October. I know a lot of people will be out, but if you're anywhere near the Orange County, specifically the Anaheim Packing District, we will be out in full force selling candles that night. So go check that out, and I will inform you guys more on updates that'll be coming up later. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Next up, Sam. Please, Sam, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Sam Sterling, and you can find me on all the internets as Hey Sam Sterling. And yes, it was fun being evil and bad. And my fun fact is that Corin's god is written on her sheet as Magadon. So
Nice.
that's fun. Anyway, back to you.
Thank you so much. And let us give it up to the survivor of the Crimson Carnage, the Crimson Carnival, Fetch, whose last name I don't remember, Makai.
Hi, I quit. I quit D&D as a whole. I got nothing left. I'm out. But if I were to come back, I would say thank you for letting me play. And I might even throw in a quick, this game was kind of cool when I wasn't being tortured. And
I guess.
But no, again, thank you for an amazing game, PJ. As always, I'm Makai. You can find me on the internet at WannabeVA. But surprise, I don't really do a lot. So I'm gonna steal a page from my homeboy Ian down there. And if you know any sort of small business, or you know any sort of artist, or anyone who's doing anything cool, give them a shout out. Give them a shout out on your own social media. Give them a shout out to your own friends. Even just go and visit their page and see what they're working on, because they're working on something really cool and you could be a part of it.
Yeah, 100%. Plus, art only exceeds or excels when the audience promotes it. So without you guys helping them, without you guys helping us, without you guys helping anyone, we're all just kind of pissing in the wind, just doing whatever, So help us help the world, I guess. Anyway, enough of that. My name is PJ McGaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.mcgaw. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Come find me. Let's have some fun. And when I'm not here with these absolute legends, you can find me, Mr. Powell, Tuesdays, 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. doing At the Table. You can find me Mondays for a little while more doing tabletop roles, Strength of Thousands, as I play Shuni. Good boy. There's a trend. Really is. And October 28th on twitch.tv/the DMB, I will be playing D&D 5e as just a big old himbo, because when you have a type, you just keep doing it. And so go check me out. That's what's up. We pally mains. We do this all the time. So yeah, come see me do that around, oh god, when does it start? It's Thursday the 28th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. More details as we get it. And more announcements for 2022. Looking forward to surprising you guys. Next week is the dark things we do. If you like what we do in the shadows, why not come by next week and see what dumb fun we can have. And then starting in November, we rally back to Edge of Legend to see what happens to Korikos. And we'll see you then. So until then, oh my god, Effie Burton, thank you so much for the subs. Oh my god. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you so much. Really?
Yeah. Coming in hot at the end here. But we'll see you same net time, same net channel here for all the Edge of Legend stuff. We're going to be rating in 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you again, Effie Burton.